How is Mr. Nico?
Well, he's having a little rear end issue.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Is your tailpipe ouchy? Yeah. I think we can take care of this problem.
Hey, big girl. We've got a very special client here today, my dad. If she'll go in the stocks really easily, that's where we want her. My dad is a veterinarian. In fact, he founded this practice a long time ago. And he brought down his baby mule, and he's got a big problem that he wants to get figured out.
It's nice to have lived the life I lived, but when you're 74 years old, you don't really want to do the work anymore.
Good girl. It's a must that Mama comes to.
She wants to know where her baby is.
She's gonna freak out at home, and little baby's never gonna handle the stress of being away from her for that long. What's his name?
His name is Lester.
Oh, look at him, Dad.
I know.
He's really stumbling on that left
Yep.
leg.
Yep.
Poor baby's having trouble extending that knee, isn't he?
Yep.
Ouch. He definitely is at risk to falling and injuring himself more, and that's very concerning to both me and my father. When did you notice it, Dad?
Well, yesterday, I'm hoping it's a sprain and not an infection in this knee.
In the knee, yeah. Dad, he's swollen from the middle of his knee all the way down his leg. A lot of effusion or fluid in there. Whenever I see a young foal or a baby mule come in with a swollen joint, I have to think infection first. All right, Dad, so he's got a temp of 101.4. I don't really consider that a fever.
No.
You know, hopefully that's leading us towards more of a sprain than an infection, so that's good.
Yeah.
But to know the extent of what's going on in the bones, I think we should take an x-ray.
Yeah, that sounds good.
In order to do that, I'm gonna give him just a little bit of a sedative.
Let's try not first, only in the fact that if I put him back on the trailer, I don't want him
Stumbling around.
stumbling around and getting hurt more.
Okay, well, that means I'm gonna go grab some help.
Gotta get you wound up here.
1, 2, 3. Perfect. Oh, that's a great x-ray. The x-ray really shows me that there's no fracture or a big problem with a bone underneath this swelling. So I think we're okay to call this a sprain or a strain and really just go at him hard with some anti-inflammatories and, of course, some antibiotics.
Sure.
This is an extremely potent anti-inflammatory,
Yep.
and if we put it on topically, that'll help get all the swelling out really quick. A sweat is one of those old remedies. Dad used to do it all the time. I learned it from him. You know, it's a little bit old school, but it works so good. Back in the 70s when Dad started out, he had to learn how to do all these things without using all those big diagnostics that we have today. Okay, that'll trap it down on the skin and give us lots of penetration. So he really had to do it kind of with his hands, his brain, and really think about things, and then watch and see how it worked. That's a good sweat wrap on there. I think that anti-inflammatory is gonna take this right down. Sometimes you just gotta give it to the old man and use his experience and his knowledge, and that's the best medicine. So this is that anti-inflammatory. Gotcha.
Good boy, Lester.
Good holding, Dad. He's stubborn as a mule. Ho, ho,
there he
buddy,
goes.
ho, buddy.
Oh, ho, ho.
He's stubborn like his owner. He just hit the eject button. Let's come up in a little bit and do a recheck and make sure everything's just fine and dandy.
We'll see how he gets along, and we'll go by what the progress is.
Let's load her up. He looks better already.
Hi.
Hi. Oh, my goodness.
She's a lot daintier than her sister. We the runt?
Hi, you look like you're full of beans.
They're really cute.
Actually, let's just cancel the rest of the day and play with puppies.
That sounds good. All right, so in exam 1, we have a gecko.
Is this Mrs. Nyman?
Yeah, it is.
All right. That was Chase's teacher. Susan and her daughter came in today with their gecko, Spot. Spot is the classroom gecko.
Hi, doctor. How are you?
Good to see you, Mrs. Nyman. And what's wrong today?
His eyes have like a thick scale over them. It looks like he can't see anymore. It keeps him from eating or hunting. We've had to be hand feeding him crickets.
Let's see what we got here. They end up shedding their skin about every 4 to 8 weeks. When was his last shed?
It's probably been a couple weeks.
If the humidity isn't quite right, they have trouble shedding. And I do believe that some of the skin or the shed has been left on the eye and is creating some issues, lack of eyesight. I'm gonna show you a little trick that we've learned. We need to help this poor little animal out and get that skin off of there and try to get him rehydrated so that he can see again. So this is our humidifier for a gecko. We took some paper towels and that's some nice lukewarm water. We need to give Spot a little bit of a shower, okay? So we want to concentrate on the head and the eyes, so we're just gonna do, oh, he likes it. Okay, now we can put him in our little humidifier and we're just gonna put the lid on and leave him there for about 5 or 10 minutes. He's in the rainforest again.
He's a happy little gecko.
He is, he likes it in there. Give him a few more minutes in here. We gotta keep a little breathe hole. Okay, little Spot. There he is.
He's so cute.
He is so cute.
I've never held a gecko before. This is pretty cool.
What's it feel like?
He feels a little weird.
All right, let's get this shed off. There is a piece of the old shed that's on the bottom lid that I'm trying to get rid of here. There, it's moving. Slow and steady always wins the race here. You've got to be very, very gentle. There, I think I saw his eye.
You did.
Yep, okay, we're gonna flush this a little bit. Okay.
They look more open now.
It does, doesn't it?
More
Yeah.
open.
I'm gonna prescribe for him a little bit of a triple antibiotic eye drop with some steroids in it, just to take the swelling down.
Okay.
Make everything feel better. And otherwise, I would just add a little bit more humidity to his enclosure. Container just like this, turned upside down with some wet paper towels is just what the doctor ordered.
Okay.
I'm a big optimist here. I do think that the eye should be okay with some treatment, some proper humidity, but time will tell. I would love to see him back, or I might even come to your classroom
Oh, that'd be fun.
and do a visit. You're a great owner.
Are you ready? We're gonna grease you up. Yeah, you can't eat it. You know. And that'll just absorb into his skin and keep all those nasty fleas and ticks away.
Good job, buddy. Oh, Val, you got mango stuff?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Wanna come in and help me? Remember little Mango?
Yes. Cute little kitty.
Mango has been a patient since she was itty bitty, when she was about 8 weeks old. She came in and had an injury where she ran out of the house as a young kitten and got scared and climbed up in the car that was running, and the fan belt got her leg and a toe. Unfortunately, we ended up having to amputate her front leg and remove a back toe. Mango's had a lot of things go haywire in her short little life. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
We're not sure.
Mango,
Yeah.
what's going on?
So in the last week, she just started to lose her mobility in her back legs. And so we've had her inside and she'll like scoot around with her one front arm, but it's like she can't hardly get up.
Oh, she's still eating?
Yep. She'll pull her bowl over and she just lays
and
and
eats
eats and drinks. She had scooted to her litter box, pooped beside it,
Okay.
and then scooted away from it.
Okay, let me take her over the table here.
Okay. We're very worried about Mango because she has a very special place in all of our hearts, and she just loves us all. My son and my daughter are very close to her. She's got a kind of special story for us.
Hi, beautiful.
She's not mad.
Oh, you was a good kitty.
She doesn't seem like she's in pain, so I don't know.
Oh, yep, she definitely has not the ability to stand up, does she? Three-legged cats move a different way, but certainly this is completely abnormal for that, and she is just not able to keep her balance at all. And no marks or wounds that you could find anywhere?
Not that we could find.
1038. So that's high. Let me take a look here so I can see she can move her feet. She can feel them. I think we have some sort of structural issue, a broken pelvis, a fracture in the back, dislocated hip, or we potentially have something infectious or something that's affecting the neurologic system. Why don't we go ahead and take some x-rays? Let's start there and see.
It could be something that's not fixable, so pretty worried about her.
Her lateral x-ray looks great. Normal x-rays rule out that we have a pelvic fracture, a vertebral fracture. Her organs all look normal. I don't see broken legs. It's wonderful because we know all these systems are intact and normal, but it also is difficult because now we have to go back to the drawing board. This is for sure a little bit of a mystery here, Val. If this is an illness, we need to get this diagnosed and start treatment ASAP, because if we don't get this under control, Mango could be in real trouble. What the heck, kitty cat? I can't find a reason on x-ray that we are seeing these symptoms. Inability to coordinate, balance issues. Right now, she can't even get up to make it to her litter box. So the next step is to check some blood work. Be brave. We got blood. Let's run some things here. Do you want to give her back to her mom? On her blood work, I want to see, do we have an elevated white blood cell count? Is her liver working okay? Are her kidneys functioning normally? Sometimes we get an answer and sometimes we don't. Okay, well, we have really pretty darn normal blood work. So no answers there. So now I'm wondering, what are the next likely culprits? She did have a bowel movement in the car on the way over, so we got a sample and we're gonna check that fecal. Oh, wait. Hey, honey, come check this out on the fecal. Look at these. It's what's called an oocyst, which is basically a little baby protozoa. One of the things that's really high on my list is toxoplasmosis. It's a disease caused by a single-celled protozoal parasite. Toxoplasmosis in most cats actually has no symptoms. It's so rare that this is only the second case I've ever seen at the clinic. That's toxo. It's like so perfectly circular and little.
Sure looks like that.
There's one, and there's one, and there's one.
They're all over.
This is affecting Mango's rear legs because it is affecting her neurologic system. Okay, in her poop, I am seeing toxoplasmosis, oocysts. Cats can get them from ingesting the oocysts in the environment, eating animals like mice that are infected and they eat the tissue. It can cause some of the things that we're seeing. The treatment for this is going to be an antibiotic, an anti-protozoal, potentially some steroids to try to take down the inflammation, see if this can help her start to walk. Toxoplasmosis is something that people can get. It's especially dangerous to babies in utero the first couple trimesters. I'm not pregnant. No one in the clinic is pregnant, so that's good news. In general, that's our biggest worry. I also think because she's potentially infectious to you and all the other cats, that it would be best if she stay here for a couple days where her poop is contained.
Okay.
And we can get her treated and see if we have a response. Is that, you're gonna miss her?
Yep.
Oh.
I gotta go home without her. And I gotta tell my kids that she has to stay here. You know, they're gonna be okay with that because they know that Ben and I are gonna do everything that they can to help her. So they just want her better and to have her come home.
I'll call you, keep you posted. Any questions you're wondering, give me a call, okay? We'll take great care of her.
All right.
All right?
Try, get on.
Well, we have a day off from the clinic, so we're taking some time to enjoy the river, spend some time with the boys. I think they're gonna show us their new hobby, bow fishing. Okay, we got the bows.
Got the bows.
Come here, Happy.
All right, you guys.
A little different than the pontoon.
Right up there?
Yep.
So, tell me what you guys have been doing all summer up here.
There's these invasive carp that are in the river and
No good to anything.
So these Asian carp were introduced into our area to kind of clean up the algae at sewage plants, where we thought they'd be an eco-friendly, nice,
Alternative.
and guess what? They reproduce like crazy.
They're like bunnies, river bunnies. Game and parks wants them gone.
Yep.
We're seeing declines in native species of fish that belong in the river.
I mean, they're doing some damage.
The answer?
It's open season. Let's go.
Yeah.
The other day, Chase got one that was, well, how big was it?
10 pounds?
Are they good to eat?
Not really.
You guys want to follow us?
Do we have to walk through all that tall grass?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Where's our little fish finder? Is he coming?
Come on, Happy.
It gets kind of thistly up here, Ani.
Shut your mouth. You're scaring all the fish. Shh. Not gonna catch any fish if you keep talking.
I know. When
No.
it comes to animals, when it comes to animals, I usually like to say, "Here, kitty, kitty, come on, puppy, puppy," but it doesn't work with fishing, does it? So they're usually right in this area, or what?
They're right here.
Basically, you have a bow and an arrow, and it has a little line on the end of it so you can retrieve the fish that you shoot.
3, 2, 1.
Reel them in. Let's see what you got.
You think you hit something?
Dang it!
Did you guys miss?
We never said we were good.
1.
Charlie's stuck into something.
Holy smokes!
What's he? I think they caught each other.
We got 0 fish. There's line tangled. This is like every time we took the boys fishing as kids. They do much better without us.
That was fun, you guys. What is that? A log?
That's a dog,
That's
yo!
a dog.
Someone left their dog here. There's two of them.
Grab the rope.
We were just driving by the sandbar, and there's 2 young dogs running around here. And one's got a bad leg and is limping, and there's no boats anywhere around here.
See him?
I'm not sure if these are somebody's dogs that got lost or what's going on, but
Come here, dogs!
but we didn't feel like we could leave them here. So we're gonna go investigate it.
You got some treats?
Yep.
Come on, puppy.
Come on. Come here, baby dog.
That's the friendly one right there. Good job, honey. Are you all right, huh? Looks like a lab, maybe with something
Pit.
terrier.
Come on, Pop-Pop.
The other one is limping and she's skittish.
These dogs do not live on this island.
I know the river pretty well by now, and for a dog to be in that area means they have traveled some miles. And if these dogs made it there from a long, long ways away, who knows, what condition they're in.
Come on, Pop-Pop. It's okay.
They look like siblings. Oh, look at the friendly one.
Yeah, she's checking.
She's checking her
It's
out, isn't she?
okay.
She loves her.
That's your sister.
Good job, hun.
The first thing I'm noticing about these dogs is that one has a really severe limp. So we gotta get home and get these dogs to the clinic.
Come on, I know.
I'm not leaving something. If it's there, we have a special set of skills. If there's something in need on the side of the road, pick it up. We'll figure it out. We'll take it in.
There she is.
I can't believe that the boys saw them.
Anything on social media?
No. Our plan now is to get these dogs some food and water and then check them out nose to tail.
And we've got to figure out who the owners are. Come on.
Come on.
Come on, you two. Go over here. Look at the tails even match. Look at this.
You guys in sync?
Let me just chip check her. Nothing.
Nothing.
No chip found.
It's really too bad that neither of the dogs are microchipped because we can't ID these dogs.
And I'm still really worried about the lameness issue in one of these gals. There's definitely some swelling up here in the humerus. Oh, honey. Let's get the x-ray machine turned on.
Oh, goodness.
The worst case scenario with this leg is that we have a fracture, dislocation. I'm hoping none of that is the case. She is one lucky dog.
It appears to be a sprain or a strain, and that's best case scenario. But we've got to find out where their home is because I'm sure these owners are worried sick. Where do they belong?
Hey, honey.
Yeah?
I just got a text. We heard you might have our dogs. Please give me a call back. Really, we got to give some props to Chase. He started chit-chatting on whatever he talks to his friends on and said, oh my gosh, my parents found these 2 dogs. A girl that's in his school said, well, we're missing 2 black dogs and we've been looking for them for a day.
Hello.
Hey, this is Erin Schrader.
Hi, Erin.
They were on a sandbar.
Oh my gosh. Our dog's been missing all day. I knew something was wrong. I was sending Sophie pictures because she was talking to Chase about it. Go ahead.
It's the power of social media. They somehow connected, and I'm so happy. What are their names?
So the smooth-haired one, she's Phoenix. The other one is Rocca.
Her husband's coming in on his way home from work and gonna pick him up.
All right, thank you, guys.
Yep, bye-bye. I think somebody's here for you. Come on. Oh, is that Dad? Is that Dad?
Thought it was a little bizarre that 2 dogs went 10 miles, but now they're found.
I think that she just sprained her elbow running as hard as she did, and they both need some R&R.
I think you're gonna wanna give them a bath because they smell a little
skunky
and dead fishy.
It's always a great feeling when we can reunite.
This is best case scenario. I'm glad they're going to where they belong.
When we took over this practice from my dad, he told me we're not just a vet clinic, we're part of the community. And being so connected to everyone in town means that sometimes you have to take care of things on your day off. Even so, we had a great family day. We got to do a little boating, we got to do a rescue.
I know, this was an adventure.
Going back to a loving family, that's my favorite part.
Hey, Josh. How's he doing?
Probably not the best.
Okay.
She's in labor for about 12 hours.
We'll take her right back to X-ray.
All right.
Josh is bringing in his dog, Pepper. Pepper is a young Australian Shepherd Catahoula mix. She's been in labor for 12 hours. Once a dog starts the laboring process, we really should see a puppy within a few hours. So something is definitely wrong.
Hi, Pepper.
If we have a ruptured uterus or we start to have puppies dying inside of her, things can get really out of hand very, very quickly. I see the problem. You got one stopping up the hole. The first puppy that's closest to the birth canal is stuck and very abnormally presenting. This is keeping all the other puppies backed up. It's kind of in a U, and it just cannot get out. We can't reach inside her pelvis and manipulate it.
Yeah.
Not enough room. So this puppy may or may not be alive just because it's been so much stress of her uterine contractions. It's not a fact that she can't push, it just won't come out the hole.
Okay.
This is like a pressure cooker, so really to save Pepper's life and whatever puppies still may be alive, we need to go to surgery and we need to get there fast. You be nice and brave. Boop, boop, boop. My role is to perform surgery and get these puppies out of Pepper and then deliver them over to Ben. That's a huge belly.
We have a belly full of puppies here. There's gonna be more puppies than people, so everybody's gonna need to take 1 or 2 puppies at least and just rub and rub and rub.
I'm cutting. That is a huge uterus full of puppies.
Big pup.
Big pup.
Rub, 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 see what we got.
Come on, baby.
The stimulation that the puppies need right after birth is something that mom is usually in charge of. So we've got to rub and rub and rub, stimulate them, clear their throat, and make sure that everybody's breathing.
Chase, there you go. Who else is here?
Lori, we need you. There's a whole bunch.
This is our problem puppy coming.
Okay, this is mine. Oh boy.
That was the one that's stuck.
Oh,
I think there's a problem.
Had a lump in its back, and that's what was keeping it from coming out.
Unfortunately, the one that was malpositioned did not make it. It was very abnormally formed.
Is that all of them, hon?
Yes, that's all the puppies.
All right, 8 counting the one that didn't make it. We've got a lot more to save. Let's keep working. Any noises yet?
Not yet.
Okay, keep rubbing. Let's go back to oxygen. Everybody hustle down the hall.
Come on, babies.
Okay, we got oxygen on.
Come on, baby.
Keep rubbing.
Really crying.
I would say. That's quite the squeaks right there.
Look at that guy.
There we go. This one just took a breath. See there?
Oh, yep.
Good.
Honey, how you doing?
We're doing great, hon. I think we've got everybody going.
Good girl, Mama. You did it. I'm sorry, your swimsuit body is never gonna be the same. Never was for me.
Pepper is going to feel like $1 million without having all those puppies. She was like a stuffed pepper. She's waking up, she's starting to warm up.
Here, Mama. Look what you did. There we go. Well, this family looks like it's doing well.
Sounds like it too.
I know. My favorite noise in the whole world. Good job, girl.
Pepper's a really special dog. If I didn't get her here, it'd probably end really bad. I'm very thankful that everyone helped out.
Yeah, you like your foot? It's a good girl. It's a good mango.
How's she doing?
Well, look at her. She's perched. She did that herself.
We diagnosed Mango with toxoplasmosis about a week ago when her owner brought her in because she couldn't use her back legs. Cats rarely exhibit symptoms of toxoplasmosis. In fact, this is only the 2nd diagnosis that we've made. Since that time, she's been here at the clinic in quarantine. This is way better. I mean, she couldn't even like push herself up into this position when she came in.
Yep.
She's been on medications for a week. She's improving. I think she'll be happy at home with her family.
She looks so much better.
That's a win. I'll go give her mom a call and see if she wants to head this way to get her picked up.
Okay.
Come on, girls. It's all right.
Today's the day I get the opportunity to visit Mrs. Nyman's class to recheck up on Spot the gecko and see how his eye's doing, see what improvements he's made. Oh my gosh, this is Spot. Hello.
Hi, Dr. Ben.
How are you guys? You guys think he's doing better?
He is. And one eye he can see out of.
Good. So we're making
Other one,
improvement.
not yet.
Oh, and how do you know he can see out of it?
Because he can catch his crickets.
I would love to see him eat his cricket. Let's go. When I was a kid, I was always curious about animals because I was always around them with my dad. And I see the same curiosity in this classroom. You know, all these things that these kids have researched because this live animal is in their classroom. They get to see it every day, take care of it, put their hands on it. I know this was more than just an assignment for these kids. There he is. He looks much, much better. I'm still curious. I'm just a big kid at heart. We always want to see something, eat something else. I mean, I'm right there with these guys. Look, he sees it. Come on, Spot.
Spot.
Oh, there he goes. Now he's on it. It's like Animal Kingdom in here. And so let's do this. Oh! Why is that so cool? You guys have the coolest teacher ever. Spot's passing the test. I think with some more treatment and some more time, his left eye is going to be just fine. This is an A++, because everybody has a part in keeping him well and healthy.
You got a dog pile. Push me over. 79.2. Mango. Hi, Mango. Guess what?
Mommy's here.
Megan is really an adept owner. She has a great quarantine space at home, and I think being in that home environment is gonna lower her stress levels, which is only gonna speed up her healing.
Mommy's here. I have someone who's been missing you. My kids have missed Mango. Every day when they come home, they want to know, did Dr. Erin call today? What'd she say? Who's that?
I want you to consider her potentially contagious to you and your family and the other cats for another 2 weeks. So isolation, gloves, sanitation protocol, litter box cleaned every day. I feel like we've made so much progress with her already.
Yeah.
So this is pretty good. Look at this.
Yay!
Well, you look darn near normal. Hold the pose. Time is going to tell what level of ability she gets back. In a couple of weeks, when Mango is no longer contagious, we'll have her come back in, we'll recheck her. Hopefully she's back to normal and hopping around on 3 legs. She may have used 2 of her 9 lives here, one with the arm and one with this problem. So let's stop there, okay, Toots?
Morning, Mr. Rohan.
Morning, Doc.
Terry Rohan is one of those clients that come from my dad to me, and today he called me with a problem with one of his bull's feet, so I'm here to check it out. Hey, big guy. Is it his right front?
Yeah, he really favors it when he walks.
Ouch, he says. There's so many things that could be going wrong with a bull with a hurt foot. If this bull stepped on something and hurt something, we've got an abscess possibility. He could have a crack in his hoof. Pretty good. Maybe even stepped on a nail. At this point, I sure don't want to give him any sedatives, Terry, because if he goes down right where he's at, that's not a good thing for anybody here. A bull weighs on average about 2,000 pounds or 1 ton. So that's a lot of weight. If he loses consciousness enough to fall down and choke, there's nothing we can do. Oh, bully. Okay. Now, maybe go up over this. Easy, big guy. Easy, big guy. That's perfect. Now we can get to the root of this. While I got it right here, I'm gonna just give it a good grind. I usually sand or file that hoof down and look for any punctures or cracks that you just can't see because of mud or manure that's on the foot. This isn't easy. This bull is in pain, he's suffering, and it's time to get him fixed. You gotta get to the bottom of that hoof. This is kind of getting dangerous. Okay. In this chute, which is made of steel, I've got a 1-ton bull. If he moves around and hits my bone, it's broke. Whoa! Hang in there, big guy. Every veterinarian that I know goes through this. Am I really gonna be able to help this animal? Your schooling has got you this far, then your courage and your heart has to get you the rest of the way. So I'm taking this knife and I'm digging all along the bottom of this sole here. Every time I'm digging at the claw, I'm getting a little more hoof off. It's starting to get a little softer. So there's just clues here that there's something brewing underneath the surface. I can see that this is weeping right here. See that? It's a little bit wet.
Yep.
And I was taught that if you stick your finger there and it smells like that, it's foot rot.
Okay.
Foot rot is a really, really bad disease that happens when some bacteria get underneath the skin of that hoof. If there's a puncture that happens, infection is likely to ensue. I think what we're discovering is he's got a whole bunch of abscesses on the bottom of his feet causing this pain. It's like popping a big old zit.
Yep.
We're gonna keep working on the bottom of that foot. Oh, Terry, did you see that?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. We just found a big old abscess. That makes me a happy veterinarian right there. There's only a few times in my job where I'm truly ecstatic. And when I see pus coming from the front of a toe, it's all I needed to see. He's gonna basically walk off, barely even lame now because we released that pressure.
You ought to be happy, bull.
I know that this bull is now going to get better because we drained that abscess, and that was it. We did it.
Done, done.
Done.
Mango's here. I'll heal if I need you guys. Today we have Mango back in the clinic to recheck her from her toxoplasmosis diagnosis. Mango was severely affected by this organism. Oh, yep, she definitely has not the ability to stand up, does she? But it's really tough to keep Mango down. She is a fighter.
Hello. Oh, she's got the door open.
Hi. Oh my goodness. Wow. What a difference.
Yeah.
I want to see all your wheels work.
Okay, go.
Mango, come on. Hi. Oh, hi, baby girl. The fact that she's jumping up, purring, running around the room, trying to scoot out the door, this is fantastic. Really, the fact that we've given the course of time, we've given all the treatments, I'm very happy to say she's toxo-free.
Now I think that we can pet her and love her. She's gonna be even more happy.
Overall, I'm thrilled with where we're at today. I think it's smooth sailing for Mango from here on out.
Well, thank you very much for taking care of her.
She's good to go, and we'll see you at vaccine time.
All right.
Bye, sweetheart.
Doris.
Yeah, come here.
I want to show you something. Callie. Look. You have a sister.
They're here, all the way from South Dakota.
Ooh, that's a drive.
Mm-hmm. Today we have a 9-year-old quarter horse named Cash that's coming into the clinic. How are you, Casey?
Good, you?
Good. Hi, Jace. How are
Nice
you?
to meet you.
What's going on?
He's really sensitive around his ears. He's hard to halter, hard to bridle.
And this has never happened before to this horse?
No, he's usually really good.
Okay, well, let's get him out of the trailer and see what we got.
Okay.
Cash money. My uncle used to have a horse named Billionaire.
Did he win him $1 billion or cost him $1 billion?
He's beautiful. There he goes. Good boy. How long have you guys owned him?
Since he was 4.
What do you use him for?
Team roping.
So he's got some big duties, and this is kind of team roping season, so you're missing your horse right now.
Yes.
It's okay. Hello.
His temp is 104.
100.4?
Yep.
Okay, that's normal. Heart and lungs sound really good. I have a good tranquilizer that we'll give, and maybe we can get a better look in these ears once he's sedated.
Perfect.
Okay, look at that. He does not want me touching that area, does he? Easy guy. I know. Something is just not right with him today. He seems a little bit on edge. Something's irritating him. This has got to go in the vein. There you go, Cash. We got to get this figured out, and that's why they're here. Looks like the drugs are working. We can really look in here now. Let me look down quick while I got a good view. Look at this. That's gross. This might be the problem. Right there, do you see that, Laurel? Right on the inside, I think I see it. What I'm seeing here is a tick. He's got a big old scab in there. There's a tick actively sucking right there, getting a big blood meal. Imagine if you had a bunch of ticks crawling around in your ear, how that would feel. It would hurt, it would be uncomfortable, it would make you not want to get a bridle on your head. And that's exactly what Cash is going through right now. The best way to treat Cash is to manually remove as many of these ticks as we can. I just kind of want to ease him out of there. Really stuck, there you go. All right, you little blood sucker, bye-bye. There's only a couple things in this world I hate, and I hate ticks. Ticks spread disease like crazy. Horses, people, dogs, cats, it doesn't matter. One less tick in the world, that's okay with me. Let's go through his beautiful mane and look and see if we can get some more ticks out of here. Here's one. You want to make sure that you remove it very slowly and kind of just wiggle it out of there. You don't want to squeeze the body of the tick and have all of his contents that he's been sucking on go back into the animal, because they can carry all these nasty diseases. Here's another one. Got him. There's ticks of all different sizes on Cash. Some that are just little nymph ticks or immature ticks to all the way full-blown, full of blood ticks.
Also,
Oh my goodness.
there's one
The mother load. Gosh, he's full.
right here.
Oh my, I'm glad we looked back here, huh?
Yeah,
Look at that.
that one's a trophy.
There's a tick here that's as big as my thumbnail. It's huge.
Here's another one.
Blood-sucking suckers.
Oh, here's a 2-for-1.
I really think this could happen to anybody this time of year because the horses are going underneath trees a lot, trying to seek shelter from the sun that's bearing down on us this year. And that's where the ticks like to congregate, underneath the trees. We've got a lot of ticks off. I'm sure there's still more that we can't see that are very small. This is some specific stuff that's gonna kill some of these ticks. And we're just gonna have you spray it and get that right in the area we need it. The mane, at the base of the tail, and all around their ears and their head, twice a day for at least a couple weeks while these ticks are out.
Sounds good.
All right, Cash, you're a good boy. Let's get you out of here, big guy.
Well, if that's not the picture of happiness, John.
Just an old man with his mule and his dog.
Yeah.
Aaron and I were in the area, and it was time to stop by and see little Lester. That's Dad's mule baby that had a little bit of a knee problem. Well, it looks like Lester's doing a heck of a lot better, Dad.
Yep. Caught him up so that you could have a look. He's doing real well.
To know that he's gonna be all right, I wanna make sure we get our hands on that joint, make sure there's no swelling or effusion.
Come here, big guy.
He's really built a relationship with you, hasn't he, Dad?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he and me are buddies.
He's gotten big. He's already here on me.
Mm-hmm.
He's bred to be a big, big mule, and he's already showing that off.
He's humongous.
Dad didn't raise anything small. Take a look over to your right here. Biggest mule you ever seen.
I think he raised the biggest jackass.
Maybe. Feels nice and firm like it's supposed to. I don't feel any soft, squishy parts anymore, Dad. His ligaments on both sides feel really good. There's no swelling or any fluid buildup there. Has he been getting around pretty well?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he flies around the place. He's the fastest one in here, I think.
And a lot of this stuff sometimes is just growing pains. And I think he's through those. Now let's see him run. I want to see what this mule can do. Let's see if little Lester here can burn some rubber. Look at that. There he goes. That's what a mule's supposed to move like.
He's coming along good, and I'm thrilled with the progress.
He's not only trotting, he's hop, skip, and jumping. He came out of it. 100% recovery, I would say.
Yep.
You got to be happy with that one. And I'm so glad he's walking better. This is a happy John, isn't it? That makes me happy.
I know he loved being a vet. I think he loves being with his mules and his dogs.
Dad is and always will be the best vet that I've ever met. Aaron and I have learned a ton from him. The best case in this situation was what Dad always says, leave it alone and see how it goes and let Mother Nature take care of itself.
Worked out.
This is part one of our stop. I heard Mom has some pie and ice cream.
Well, we'll find out.
Honey, are you ready for the cutest thing ever?
Oh, my baby squirrel. Hi, little baby squirrel.
It's a boy.
Hey, Caitlin, do you know where that little baby scale is?
How much cuter does it get? Let's get a weight. Oh, he's itchy. He's a whopping 95 grams. You don't even weigh like a tennis ball. You're light.
You want some water, little guy?
The answer is yes. That's good. Getting a little bit of fluid. Caitlin, bring some of your good veggies. He wants to eat all your cucumbers. He says, is this your lunch?
What's my lunch?
This may be one of the cutest animals I've ever seen. Hi there, how are you?
Good, how are you?
So you brought Phil in today.
Yes.
Phil is a cute little beagle. He's about 5 years old. Beagles are really one of my favorite breeds of dogs, but they do have these things called noses that get them into a lot of trouble. What's been going on?
He was digging in a hole while we were camping and ate something, and it hasn't been agreeing with him. He's been sick ever since, throwing up and had the diarrhea going on.
Okay.
And not wanting to eat.
All right. When did this happen?
It's been going on about 5 days. He has stopped vomiting now, but he still has the diarrhea going on.
Do you have any idea what he was eating at all?
No, not at all. It was down in a gopher hole, but before we could get to him, it was down his throat.
Down the hatch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Phil gets into anything and everything he can. He's my troublemaker. In the past, he's always bounced back, and it's taken him way longer this time.
He does feel a little bit warm. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
I want to take your temperature, so are you going to be okay with me touching you back there? We'll see. He says, no, no. Normal temp today, 101.5. So there's one thing I do see right on the tip of the thermometer. That's a little tinge of blood.
Okay.
See that?
Yep.
Okay, unfortunately, I think I'm going to get a lot of my answers from a fecal.
Okay.
All right, Phil, you're a good boy, but I don't know if you're gonna like this part. Sometimes the owner doesn't bring in the feces that I need to look at, and we've got to go get it. Okay, so he has actual frank blood in his colon.
Okay.
It means that there's some bleeding going on in there. If we don't get a handle on this, that can get into their bloodstream and actually cause a pretty big problem. So there's two things I want to look at with the feces from Phil: parasites or potentially an overgrowth of bacteria. Okay, so you do the fecal float and I'll do the fecal cytology,
All right.
and we'll see what we find. The fecal float is very good about floating the eggs from parasites up to the top so that we can look at them and examine what type of parasites they are. They're right there, voila, in front of you if there are any. Whenever I talk about fecals, I like to say voila. Mm-hmm.
It is ready to be looked at.
Great. See what this looks like. So far, I'm seeing no parasites. Are you? We also want to do a fecal smear, and that's going to really examine the bacteria that are in the feces.
We know that there's tons and tons of bacteria in normal poop, but we want to see if this little dog has the abnormal type of bacteria in too great a numbers.
Oh, here we go. So wherever you see a darkly stained purple, they kind of look like safety pins.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch, there's a bunch. Those type of bacteria are Clostridium.
Oh, okay.
When there's too many of those, they cause bleeding, diarrhea, they cause all these symptoms that we're seeing in Phil. This bad bacteria also happens in people, and if you let it go untreated, it can make an animal or person sick to the point of death. Hey, Phil, he smells something out there. I did find an overgrowth of bacteria.
Okay.
And he didn't have any parasites on the fecal float. So
Okay.
I really think whatever he ate kind of messed with his inner bacteria. It started with the bacteria in his stomach, then it went to his intestine, and now we're down to the colon, and it's causing havoc all the way through.
Yep.
And he has a condition what I would call garbage gut. Okay? Just with some treatment, mild antibiotics and probiotics, getting the good bacteria to rise up and fight off the bad bacteria, that's really the best thing we can do here.
All right.
He's really marching around well. I know he's at the vet clinic and there's lots of smells around here. I think he should be on the road to recovery.
Perfect.
So next time he goes camping, I guess you'll have to just keep a little closer eye on him or something, but it's good luck with a beagle.
He loves getting into trouble and getting into things he shouldn't.
What do I smell like? A cow or a horse today? Huh?
We're not gonna cry, right? We're not. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Hi. You're talkative.
Hi, who do we have here?
Nellie.
All right. Oh, no, I can get a weight on Nellie right over there.
Come on, Nellie.
Tina and Trista have brought in Nellie, their 5-year-old St. Bernard, because her family noticed a really enlarged tongue. Now we gotta fix Nellie, or Nellie's gonna be in trouble. Hi.
Hi.
How are you guys? I'm Dr. Erin. Oh my goodness. Tell me really what happened.
Monday when I came home from work, she was out playing, and next thing I know, her tongue was hanging out. She was just like...
Can she retract the tongue at all?
She started to a little bit last night, but she just can't drink or eat. She was 118 pounds. Now she's down to 114.
This is not good. She's not able to eat. She's not able to swallow. That's a pretty big problem. Well, what I would like to do is get some gloves on and really take a good look at what's going on in that mouth. This is a giant dog with a really giant tongue, and she clearly can't retract it.
Okay. I know, gonna be very gentle.
Is it a tumor that finally broke open? Is this some sort of foreign body jammed up in there? Are the nerves not working? That's what we don't know. Okay, definitely that odor is infection, and underneath that tongue, it's not live tissue anymore. We definitely have some sort of infection or necrotic tissue. I can smell that from a mile away. But I feel like if we don't address how this dog's going to eat and drink, we're really dropping the ball. So there's the actual what's going on with the tongue. That's not going to be a quick turnaround fix. And we have to keep the dog alive to get her body to respond, and we have to fuel it with calories. And so we have to get her to eat. I'm gonna suggest to you that we put a feeding tube in, an esophagostomy tube. That's just a tube that comes out the side of her neck. And this isn't a forever thing, we don't think. But once we put her under and examine that mouth and get that tube in, then we can get started on her path to getting her better. Does that all sound okay with you?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll do this procedure this morning, and then I would like to probably keep her overnight.
Nellie's the gentle giant. We love her. I just want her to go on and be with us for quite a few more years.
Please be okay. Nellie's case is definitely urgent because there's a big infection in this tongue.
1, 2, 3. Oh gosh.
I told you.
Big dog.
We are flirting with a medical emergency.
Is it swollen back there?
Yeah. The whole tongue is enormous. If we can kind of get this cleaned out and then get this feeding tube in, we get calories and water into her. Okay, roof is okay.
Ooh. What is that?
I don't know.
Is that a bite?
Yeah, it could be.
That's a hole.
That's a hole. That's a puncture or a cut. Now that we're able to actually get our hands on and our eyes in Nellie's mouth, the mystery is sort of solving itself. There's another hole here. Poor thing.
It's got to be a bite wound.
Yeah, I think it is a bite.
This could be another dog that caused it, or a snake bite, or a spider bite. There's no way we'll ever know.
That's all really necrotic. Oh, honey, look at here.
It's full of infection. This tongue's dying.
Stanky. I'm smelling rotten, dying tissue. So we gotta get that lymph drainage going, get some circulation back into the tongue. I'm cleaning, cleansing. It's really helping the smell.
Just keep working all that extra fluid out of there, honey. It's getting
Less ooey.
less ooey.
This is all gross infection. If we don't get that out, we're gonna continue to have this problem. Ooh, look at the pus come out. Ooh, ew, ew, ew. There's punctures here in the top. I don't want to be any part of the squeezing. That's gross. That was gross. Okay. I was not expecting the explosion of pus. Obviously, Nellie's tongue is way more infected than I imagined. But there's a rainbow after this pus storm. I can fix things that have pus in them. I think we got all the gunk out of the inside of it.
Yeah.
So, tongue will heal. We want that open to drain. But now we gotta get a feeding tube in her. She can't swallow and she can't eat, and it's been 3 days. We've placed a lot of feeding tubes together. It's a kind of an intricate, tricky procedure. We really have to be careful of her carotid artery, her jugular vein. There's her jugular right there. It's kind of a high pressure area. Okay, you keep pushing up.
I'm pushing.
Ben and I are working on opposite ends as a team. He's maneuvering a large forceps down inside Nellie's mouth and inside her esophagus.
There.
Meanwhile, I'm feeling on the outside of her neck for the tip of those forceps. Where I feel those, I'm going to make my incision and use that as the insertion point for the feeding tube. I don't want to lose you. Are you able to push down? Problem is, that's 5 inches down in this dog and 20 inches from the mouth.
There's a lot of subcutaneous tissue and fat and
Wrinkles.
wrinkles.
This is a lot easier in a small cat.
I feel you. There you go. That's the esophagus. You gonna place that right in my clamp? Okay, it's open. Okay, try to grasp it.
Oh, you have it?
Yes. Okay, so now it's out the mouth. We need to turn it around and put it down to the stomach.
Mm-hmm.
Don't pull it back yet. I got it.
Okay.
I'm pushing it in.
Mm-hmm.
You might have did it right there. Okay, I'm gonna let go.
Well, that's good. We just need to throw a suture in it to hold it. Got that placed just in the nick of time. Yeah, you're waking up, Toots.
She says, yes, I am.
1, 2, 3. It was a little tricky getting Nellie's feeding tube in, but I feel good about it. Now we can finally get her some food and water. I think that looks better.
It looks like a tongue again.
In order to get enough calories for a dog of her size, Nellie's gonna need to be tube fed every couple hours. Okay,
You're so hungry. Let's get your belly full.
this is food that can be used when diluted with water. It's intended for recovery patients. It's very smooth, so it's very syringeable through the feeding tube.
She says there's something going in her tummy and I like it.
Mm-hmm. You're so hungry?
This is her like best dream ever. She gets to lay down and eat.
It's fine. Okay, let's quit there for now. This is just her first feeding. I want her to keep trying to use that tongue. So we're gonna keep trying to offer her food and water on her own. The fastest way to get rid of the feeding tube is that she starts eating. Where are you headed? You gotta go potty? Bye. Something else that didn't like my cooking.
All right, take a deep breath. Hold that enthusiasm, honey. We don't want to overbuy. We're going to a garage sale today in my hometown, Coleridge, Nebraska.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Hello.
Hello. We need lots of stuff for our general store.
It's basically a retro antique store full of stuff we like. Oh my gosh.
Remember, we're not personal buying.
Dirtier and dustier, the better.
Okay, my favorite part about this garage sale.
Is everything? There's so much cool stuff here. I love Christmas decorations. This is so cool. Velvet picture. I can't even like catalog it all. Oh my goodness.
Go big blue. Go big blue.
We gotta refocus the mission. I think I need this.
I thought we were refocusing the mission. That is not doing a job.
a turkey hat.
I'm yet to figure out exactly your shopping style. All I know is usually you fill up the whole back seat, usually the back of the truck, with things that are pretty darn good. I give you credit.
Would you sell the whole box of ties?
$10.
Done. When I see something, it's like, that's the piece that just speaks to me. This would be neat for the store, for all the records.
Yeah, that's awesome. These are for sale?
Yeah, they've been here in the house for
Long time. I think we would love to take them all, if that's all right.
Yeah.
I'll take those two, you get the rest down. We got some great stuff for the store. And maybe a couple things for you and me. Where'd that turkey hat go?
Load her up.
Thank you, guys.
Take care.
Ready, Laurel? Good. Surgery, clippers.
Yep. Let's go help the calf.
Jim Pearson's called, and he has a calf having a lot of trouble bloating recurrently. Bloat is a very fast-killing disease. When a calf can't eructate or burp gas off fast enough, these calves basically suffocate. Jim found Gypsy bloated this morning for the 3rd time, and he used one of these to relieve the bloat. You've seen these trocars before. You basically stab it into the rumen, you pull this off, and this stays in the calf. This is the part that leaves you basically an air catheter into that rumen. Luckily, he saved her life, but this calf is at risk, and we've got to go make it right.
Morning, Ben.
Hi. Oh, there she is. Well, let me take a look at this hole that you guys created this morning. I can feel air coming out of there, hot air. I can hear the gas. So it's in the rumen, doing its job. Since she's had 3 strikes with her rumen filling with gas, I think we need to do a rumenotomy. We're gonna cut right into that rumen, and I'm gonna leave about a silver dollar-sized permanent blowhole in her rumen.
All right.
Let's go ahead and get her in the chute, and let's get prepped for surgery, okay? Let's go. This is definitely the right thing to do for Gypsy. I'm convinced that this bloat's gonna come back worse next time and possibly kill her. We gotta create a safe place for this rumen gas to escape, or we might not have Gypsy anymore. There it is. That's better. I'm having Gypsy stand for this procedure because it's just easier for me to work on her in this position. I'm just infusing some anesthetic all around those nerves that innervate this area of the skin. We're also gonna avoid general anesthesia because a ruminant laying down has trouble breathing. So overall, this approach puts less stress on Gypsy.
I'll grab you a scalpel. There you go.
Okay, your trocar is right here. I'm gonna use that as kind of my template. So I'm gonna go right around it. The first thing I need to do here is carefully remove the metal sleeve from Jim's trocar. There, I'm in the abdomen. Oh, and she felt that.
Easy, girl.
There's a nerve right there. If I keep cutting through it, she's gonna feel all that and be very uncomfortable. Laurel, you wanna load up some lidocaine?
Yep.
Right here's the nerve, Laurel.
Okay.
So I think if you can try to go right on the nerve, barely. Okay, ready? Yes, good one. Okay, I'm gonna try to cut it. If she's gonna kick, this is when she could kick, so watch yourself. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Easy, girl. There. I just cut that nerve. That shouldn't be a problem anymore. Okay, there's your trocar. All right, I just put my finger into her rumen, so I'm in her stomach. In fact, there you go. There's some grass. I'm gonna start sewing this all together now. This isn't a normal surgery where I'm suturing to close an incision. I'm essentially replacing Gypsy's trocar with a permanent hole here. That way the gas can always escape. She's never gonna bloat again. We want it to stay open forever and ever.
What is the risk having this open?
She is forever going to have a little bit of her food content sloshing out of her rumen, but that air can just seep out of there and we don't have to deal with almost finding her dead out in the pasture. Okay, one last suture and I'll be content, and I know she will be too. All right, but we're not done. Because she's a chronic bloater and we have immediate access to her rumen, we're gonna go ahead and mix up some probiotics and try to get those good organisms really going.
Is it bovine smoothie time?
It's bovine smoothie time, yes.
This is like the alfalfa plus smoothie.
It is. Those people out in LA don't know what they're missing.
Perfect.
I'm happy, Jim's happy, Gypsy's gonna live on.
Back up.
She probably won't ever have any calves, but she's gonna be a pet cow around this farm for a long, long time. Bye, Gypsy.
I think she just said thank you.
No, that was just the gas coming out of her rumen.
Oh.
Hi.
Hi. You're here for Nellie?
Yes, we are.
Alrighty.
Tina and Trista are back today to pick up Nellie, who had some horrible sort of puncture wound that was really causing a big infection in her tongue. Just overnight, Nellie has improved a ton. She's making attempts at drinking water. She's happier. Her tail is wagging. This is a good day.
She says, hi, guys.
Ooh, girl. Hi, honey.
Nellie's going home with a feeding tube because she's able to move her tongue around to some degree, just not exactly well enough. She's a 115-pound dog. We have to get her appropriate calories. I know you guys are a little nervous about being able to feed your dog. So I've got a great teacher for you. This is sort of a full-time job for her family.
We need to add some water with the food and give it a good mix.
But this is just until her tongue starts working again and she can feed herself.
You want to try one?
Nellie can have her tube removed once she eats for a couple days in a row, so we know that it's consistent. And I'm hoping that won't be very long. You guys are ready. She's gonna do great. I think 24 hours at a time, you're gonna just see her continue to get better and better.
We're gonna take her home and let her see all the other animals, and then we're gonna snuggle with her. Come on, Pumpkins. If she don't go underneath the table first and lay down.
Then she still has to have another feeding for bedtime.
Thank you.
Yep. Hey, how are you? Not doing very good.
No.
When is the last time you know he peed?
Probably about 3 days ago.
Okay, well, if he's not urinating, that's a pretty big emergency. Hey, Val, I've got a cat that can't pee. You want to meet me an X-ray?
Yep.
Kiyomi's mom noticed that he couldn't urinate in the litter box. Bladder can only get so big, he just won't make it.
Hi, buddy.
This is a big problem. Oh my God, Val. That's a huge bladder. Look at that sediment in the bottom. That white area. I'm sure he has crystals. Any animal that can't urinate is a true emergency. Waste products are recirculating back into their bloodstream. Basically, that stuff can't get out, so they go immediately into kidney failure. Laurel, we got a black cat. Might need you in a few. We have appointments going all around right now, but this is critical. I need everybody's help today to get this kitty okay. It's okay, buddy. We only have about 4 to 8 hours before we start to see them just slide downhill, and then they don't make it. There's so many different things that need to go on at once.
Propofol for a 9-pound cat. That's what you need right there.
Thank you. We have a great team here, and I couldn't do this without him. He's so dehydrated. He's like a cat raisin. So let's hope he can make it through anesthesia. He's really in shock. His mom said, I don't think he can pee. Do whatever to fix him.
Let's put him on this side. Oh my gosh. Look at that. There's a crystal right there. That's a urethral plug.
There's no pee that can get past this. He is totally blocked. We have a cat with a totally blocked urethra, and I can see a big plug of urine crystals.
Ready for this, honey? You want a little bit of flush?
Yep. If we don't alleviate this problem, we can have the bladder rupture. And so the first thing we need to do with this kitty is get him unblocked, which means inserting a urinary catheter up through that urethra
Val, give me a little pulse of fluids.
and gently pulsing whatever's stuck in that urethra back into his bladder. It basically makes a clean way for him to get urine out of the bladder.
Okay, give it a little pulse. Tight, tight. Can't go.
Too much pressure could cause a tear in his urethra, and we can't have that.
Val, I'm gonna try to pulse it once. Okay, ready?
Come on, buddy.
There we go. I think we just got through. Oh boy. Now look at that blood.
This is angry pee from a very angry bladder. We've got him unblocked, so that's a big sigh of relief, but we're still on the precipice. We have to keep moving or this kitty will die. His heart rate's coming down. He's like, oh. He was on his way out. Starting to look a lot better.
I'm sorry you felt so bad. I'm very scared to hear that he was that bad off. I'm pretty worried about him right now, but I know he's in good hands.
We're gonna keep a urinary catheter in him. We'll really start hitting him with some fluids, continue to monitor his urine output. The plan is to keep Kiyomi hospitalized for the next few days. We will gradually taper him off his IV fluids and make sure he can still urinate through his own urethra before he can go home. It's like a nice house for him. But fingers crossed, he's looking good. Okay, kitty, you make peas.
There we go.
Are you looking for your dad?
Aaron, come over and look at this.
Oh.
That is one cute kitty there.
Isn't the cutest little Olive?
Yes, she is. It's a lot cuter than this. I just got an email from the Pearsons. You remember Gypsy?
I do, the bloaty one.
We let her bloat off a few weeks later. She re-bloated.
Yeah.
And I had to go back out there and do a ruminotomy and create a little hole there. So she'll forever have this spillage onto her side. And that's rumen contents right there. But guess what? She hasn't bloated since because she has an air hole. To have that rumen open like this is not the most ideal thing for cleanliness. But I'm very happy with how this turned out. And guess what?
She's alive.
Darn right she is.
Well, I'm glad you saved her.
Hi, puppies, wake up. Wake up. Oh, you're the shy one.
Today, Carrie is back to pick up Kiyomi, who came in a few days ago because he couldn't urinate.
Oh, look at that.
There's no pee that can get past this. He was in really rough shape. His urinary test confirmed a pH imbalance,
We've got struvite crystals. There's many, many more of those crystals in there yet.
so he needs to get on a prescription diet. But fortunately, we were able to help him. We're definitely less cranberry and more tomato. He did great. Well, your numbers look good. He was able to continue to make urine once we removed his urinary catheter. You keep doing a good job making your pee, okay? And now he's really back to normal Kiyomi. So I'm excited to have him go home. I have your baby.
There's Mommy.
Oh, he looks so happy.
He's like, yeah, life is good.
He looks a great deal better. It's a huge change from night to day.
What a sick cat he was. He was in such dire straits when he came in. The urethra's like the neck of the hourglass, and everything got stoppered up, and he couldn't pee. In his bladder, he had a whole bunch of crystal debris and blood, and it made him very sick, but he's eating, drinking. We want to encourage him to drink, drink, drink.
I am very glad to take him home.
There's a house. This means you get to go home.
The other cats will be happy to see him when he comes home. It's kind of been lonely.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, you guys want to follow me in here?
Levon and Fred just brought their little baby goat Charlie in.
Here's Ben.
He's about 4 months old, and he's been in some sort of accident. Poor goat. Oh, goodness. What happened here?
My husband was going to drive the side-by-side, and he didn't look underneath, and Charlie was underneath. And
Started it up and took off.
Took
and
off.
Didn't know he was sleeping underneath the tire and drove over his head.
Charlie's health is important. I would just feel really bad if something happened to Charlie, and it was because we just didn't want to take the time to take him to the vet.
Did he act like he was unconscious ever, or?
No, he shook his head and then moved his jaws a little bit.
So initially, he wasn't staggering around
Never.
or anything?
No.
Let me just see.
Well, it's not moving much.
Oh, it's moving some, though. Oh, I know. I'm so sorry. Basically, it's a broken horn, it looks like.
Right.
And then this horn seems
It's
like it's
good.
totally fine, isn't it?
Yeah.
I want to check out his neurologic status, and the first thing I want to do is see if he can move around okay.
Oh, yeah.
First thing he did when he put him down is he shook his head.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know that there's discomfort in this area. First thing I want to do is go take an x-ray, see what's going on in that skull. You know, who knows what I'm going to find on an x-ray. I'm really worried about his head. I'm really worried about all the structures around that horn. There's a lot of things that are crucial to life in that area. Okay, we're going to go ahead and give him his sedation. Right in his booty. Okay, it wasn't much, but it should be just, I know. I know.
There.
Go to sleep. Really, the x-ray is the only way I can see internal structures here. Any fracture of any bone is a big deal. One in the skull is a very serious matter. Oh, wow, Caitlin. See this? Right in the top of his skull seems to be the fracture. Everything else looks really good. He's a pretty lucky little guy. The best part about this fracture is that it's still in alignment, and that is great. Okay, I have some really good news on these x-rays, actually. So this is him laying on his side. I see one fracture here is all.
Yeah.
It's right behind the injured horn, but it's not displaced. And that's a really good sign that we don't have to do any plating or anything orthopedic-wise. The bones are still touching. I don't see this, I see this. We don't have to put the bones back together in this instance. They're gonna heal up just great. We might as well get rid of this uncomfortable thing that's just loose and hanging there. It's going to die and fall off anyway. So I think if we go ahead, take my giggly wire and do a dehorning, make that cut, get rid of that horn, this should actually heal up a lot easier for him. And then we'll go ahead and even him out and just do both sides while he's asleep.
Will they grow back?
100% they're gonna grow back.
Oh, okay.
Once I get this broken horn off, we'll go to the other side. So I just slide this down right in that crevice. He may move a little bit, so be careful.
Okay.
And I'm just going nice and slow.
Whoa.
Oh, wow, look at the inside of that with all that hemorrhage. Not a happy horn. If we keep a bandage on this, it'll seal up very quickly. So now let's look and see what a normal horn looks like. So let's go ahead and flip him over. Caitlin, you're on. Ready? Hold tight, little Charlie. Okay, I'm making it through. All right, we'll go ahead and do some cautery here. This gets very hot. A cautery tool is used in this case just to stop that blood as soon as we can. And then we'll just bandage all the way around the head.
Do I need to have a cone for him?
Yes, you do.
Oh, you're gonna be a cone head goat.
Oh, it's okay. It's the cone of love, remember. It's the cone of love.
Oh my,
Charlie.
he's awake.
You want to put him down and see what he does? Look at there.
Just like new.
Take him home, put him back in his stall, and in a week, you won't even know this happened. I'll get you some pain pills to go home and that antibiotic to give in a week. But otherwise, I think Charlie's gonna do just fine.
It'll be nice to see Charlie be his old self, so Fred will be out of the doghouse for running over him.
Well, that was pretty easy.
He's a lucky goat.
Oh my goodness. I think she needs a little bit bigger kennel.
I do too.
Come on.
Hi, guys.
Hi, how are you?
Good. You guys want to go in exam 2? We'll be in shortly.
Thank you.
Nellie's back today for a recheck of her tongue.
Hi.
She started eating on her own, so we were able to remove the feeding tube, and so it was time to make sure everything was looking good and really just check her out. How's she doing? Good. Well, look at your pretty pink tongue. That looks a whole lot more normal. It's the right color, it's the right size, it's the right smell. Would you like a cookie or some peanut butter?
I have something for you. Oh, that got her attention.
You'll get peanut butter on your lips.
Nellie's tongue looks better than previously issued. Guys, she's eating. This is wonderful. She's licking up peanut butter, it's retracting, she can move it side to side. It looks like nothing ever happened, which is ultimately our end goal. So here's where the feeding tube was, but that's really healed up. This is a little stitch. We'll just kind of clip that out. There. She said, where'd that come from? I don't remember that in there.
Nellie's back to her old self. Even on our way here, it was sticking out the window. I opened it up and just enjoying the fresh air, the tongue sticking out the normal way. It felt good.
It's very good to have Nellie back. She's our happy self again.
Good girl.
Yeah, what's the problem? Here we go. 1, 2. Give us your thumb. There we go. May we go back to your home skid?
We'll try to hit this one right here. Oh, Dale, he knows how to drive a truck. Perfect. Hey, you're a lot bigger now. Good to see you again, Dale. Dale brought me this baby calf about 2 months ago, and his testicles should have been probably the size of a little prune, but they weren't. They were already baseball size. We castrated him, we gave him some antibiotics, we wrote it off as a testicular infection, and I sent him home.
I'm not sure what the inflammation is. They just keep getting bigger.
Oh, wow, he is swollen down there, isn't he? I'm really concerned now. We've got a calf that already has been castrated. All of a sudden, his scrotum has filled up with something. So whatever we did obviously didn't fix this poor calf's problem. Dale, you've been around cattle all your life, and you've never seen anything like this, have you?
Nope.
I've known Dale for a very, very long time, and every animal counts to him. I think these are his cords from when I castrated him, and maybe some of that cord is still infected, and I think the bottom of the sac is filling up with fluid. This poor calf's got his whole life ahead of him, and I don't want him to suffer, so let's get him fixed. Let's do a 14 gauge needle and just see what kind of fluid it is. All right, Bree, got him? There it is. It's just kind of a clear serum. The fluid that I see now really doesn't look like an infection. It's too clear. Potentially this is abdominal fluid coming from a hernia.
All right, little buddy, time to go night-night.
The best thing for the calf is to just do an exploratory and see what's going on. Okay, that's perfect. Well, now that we've got him down, you can easily feel the holes. This is a hernia. Little booger was born with a bit of a defect. This calf has an inguinal hernia, and that's in the area where the testes come through the body. His internal organs are poking through a weakness in his body wall. But now that I know what's wrong, I can fix this. We're gonna go ahead and cut right here, push everything back down in there, and we're gonna take some big suture and just crisscross over that hole and sew it back together. How you coming, Laurel?
Good, I'm just finishing up.
Scalpel?
Got it.
I'm almost down in there. I gotta be careful I don't hit a piece of intestine just in case there's one down here. So this is basically some of his intestines and everything that is kind of stuck to the inside of that scrotum now. So I'm trying to just ease it off of there and push it back down into the hole where it belongs. This is actual intestine. It's some small colon that's popping down through that inguinal region, and these structures are vital for life. My heart is beating 1,000,000 miles an hour at this point because if I interrupt the structures of the GI tract, it's over. It's all over. And it's stuck. This is really, really an intricate, delicate procedure. I can't use sharp objects to make any cuts. I have to use my hands and kind of tear the intestines slowly away from the inside of that scrotum. This is a very tricky case, and we don't do them very often. Just breaking it down slowly, bit by bit. Now that I've got everything away from the inside of that scrotum, I still need to put these intestines back inside. But everything that I'm pushing in is coming right back out the hole. It's just not gonna work. Go ahead and grab Erin, because I'm gonna need another set of gloved hands. I need her now. Every time the calf breathes, you know, the hole's big enough, I can't hold it down and sew.
Got it. I see your problem.
Yeah, it's a big problem. It's hard. I just got to get a couple started. Push with your finger. And I'll pull tight. There it is.
Okay. Okay, you want to keep going?
Yeah, I got it. Thank you, hon. Needed your help. Well, things look a lot different now down here, don't they, Dale?
Yep.
It all looks good. There's a little spot to drain from. I don't feel those holes anymore. This was a stressful case. When you get into a bilateral inguinal hernia surgery on a ruminant, it's a big deal. And luckily, Erin was here to help me out with my big boy surgery today. There he goes. Come on, little guy. I want everything to work, so hopefully he can still pee, he can poop, and he can eat. You call me and tell me if he's not doing any of those three things. Thanks for being good help, girls.
I see a goat.
I see two goats. Today we came out to Levon and Fred's, and we're gonna do a little goat recheck. How are you guys?
Good.
Good to see you again.
Come here, you.
He's got a lot bigger.
Charlie had a fractured skull, a broken horn. Oh, I know, I'm so sorry. And so we did a dehorn on him, and that's a very big thing on a little goat.
He looks wonderful. Everything feels so good. The hair's grown back, the horn base feels normal, everything's healed. And I was able to really palpate Charlie's head. He's not painful, so I'm really happy.
So it takes a lot to break a skull in a goat, but it happened, and luckily it healed up.
Good job, honey.
I am very happy. It's a happy ending.
I think Charlie is fully healed and then some.
Charlie would be missed if anything bad would have happened to him.
Thank you guys so much. This not only was a recheck, but it kind of qualifies as therapy, doesn't it?
Yep.
He said, baby goat recheck. And I was like, yes.
Come back anytime you want.
Thank
See
you guys.
Thank you. He is the cutest little goat.
There's some cool stuff here for the store.
Very cool. I was trying to find a record to see if that record player would work.
Today we have a day of getting things ready for the store.
Hello?
Hey, guys.
Luckily, the boys are here to help us.
So Dad and I did a little shopping the other day.
They're like, what's new?
Yeah.
What do you guys got here?
Okay.
Check it out. Strike us a chord.
Ready for this?
Uh-huh. Thank you very much. Look at these. How cool are these?
Look at this, guys. It's the Red Baron. You guys know who that is?
That guy that fought.
Do you know?
Snoop Dogg. Or no, not Snoop Dogg. The little
Snoopy.
dog.
Snoopy.
dog.
Now we just have to get things cleaned up.
Make sure you get the cobwebs. Where have you been all my life, Megaphone?
You gonna help?
No.
All right, Chaser, let's move this bad boy.
Okay, follow. It's like the marching band. Lift your knees to the back.
You always have had a quiet voice.
Not anymore, sucker. That looks good, guys.
Ooh, that does look nice against that green door.
Yeah, you like?
I gotta do one more thing.
No. Are we gonna leave that here?
Uh-huh. This finishes it off right here.
You've not been promoted yet to the design assistant until you can say,
Decor.
no, it's décour.
Aaron, I'm not Italian.
No, it's décour.
The best part about it is it's sitting there and not around your neck anymore.
So how to do it? You don't want to be promoted?
Parlez-vous,
Lord.
mi casa.
I'm not giving up the microphone. Megaphone. The microphone or the megaphone. I'm giving up nothing. I'm staying in charge. They smudged it on your forehead.
Should we call you Smudge?
Oh my goodness. Morning.
Been around?
Is that Jeff Jones's
Jeff
truck?
Jones,
That's what I
yep.
thought I saw him
Yep.
pull up. When there's an injured animal, especially wildlife, in this area, Jeff Jones is who everybody calls. He comes and seeks us out when he needs help with x-rays, maybe a diagnosis, to try to help him figure out what's best for the animal. Oh my goodness. Jeff, what'd you bring me today?
Late last night, I got a call from a rancher. His cows were surrounding this thing in the pen.
Uh-huh.
So he went out there, and here it was, this young eagle, and the cows had it all stomped down into the ground into like a rain gully.
You got him caught,
I
so
did.
he can't fly, right?
He couldn't fly.
Let's take him right back and take a look.
All right.
We don't get a lot of bald eagles at the clinic. I don't know why this bird was in a cow yard to begin with. Maybe he found a meal there and the cows came in and rushed him. So let's get him out. Let's take a good feel on his heel and take a look at his wings and see why he can't fly. Easy there. This is a bald eagle that's not used to confinement, and he's excited. He's ornery, he's feisty. His eyes look good.
He was nice and pink in his mouth when he opened his
yes.
mouth.
Feels pretty good. His keel's in normal condition. I would like to examine each wing quickly right here. Take a good look here. He's got good strength in this right wing here. And I don't feel like there's a fracture in that wing.
Okay.
Let's take a look at the other one. This wing appears to be the one that was injured. See that? I can do that very easily, like he has no strength there. Now that we know where the injury is, this is definitely x-ray time. Here we go. So the x-rays appear to show no fractures here, Jeff. I think this bird had some trauma, but luckily he didn't have any fractures. There's definitely some soft tissue swelling here. He was roughed up. With all that trauma comes shock. I know he's a little bit dehydrated because of everything he went through. We're gonna give him some fluids underneath the skin, an antibiotic shot just to prevent any abscesses from appearing here over the next little bit.
We could add even in a little anti-inflammatory, little pain medicine just to make him feel like he's a whole new bird.
This is a raptor. This is a bird of prey. He belongs out and not confined in a cage. The sooner we can get him back out to nature, the better off he's gonna be. I'm gonna give all those injections.
Okay.
There's a nice big shot, antibiotic. That's the anti-inflammatory, and that should help with some pain and inflammation. All right. Aren't you glad these don't come in for toenail trims?
I'm really glad they don't.
There he goes.
There,
What a
buddy.
majestic creature you are. All right, Jeff, well, this is a great place for him to rest and recover and get his strength back. If we could get him where he needs to be, flying like an eagle, that's the best for him. All right, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
I'll be calling.
Thank you.
There's all the hopefully future mamas.
Yeah,
Oh, and one is a mama.
they're beautiful.
Today we're out at the Greckels farm, and they have Clydesdales, and they're breeding Clydesdales.
Good to see ya.
Good.
Hey, you got some help with you.
Yeah, I brought Charlie along. Val's here too.
Hello.
What do you got for us today?
2 mares we want to get some ultrasounds done on. We've been breeding them. Maybe just a little checkup too on the little 3-month-old baby too.
Oh yeah, what's her name?
Allison.
Oh, go ahead and grab her and we'll get set up.
All right.
This is quite a family here.
Oh yeah.
We took on Katie, who was a young one. We started to train her, and then we ended up with June, who had a baby, Allison, and then purchased the Clydesdale stud, Finn. Clydesdales are like potato chips. You can't just have one.
When I was looking at engagement rings, horses looked a little cheaper, so we went with horses.
So she's really soft. So does she have like a layer of baby fur on her?
Yep, on her body you can see she's got that softer hair. And then
Yep.
on her face and her ears, she's already starting to shed that baby hair off, getting that true color.
The important thing is her umbilicus feels great. So there's a little bulge right there, but it's just a tiny little bit of her cord that still hasn't just shrunk up.
Okay.
There's absolutely no hole in her body wall, so she does not have a hernia.
Good.
So that's great. She's got a great heart rate. She's not coughing or sneezing or anything like that.
Nope.
You're gonna wean her probably when she's about 5 months old or so, 6 months.
Yep.
At that point is when she gets her first vaccination ever.
Okay.
Let's go see if Mama made another one.
Hopefully.
How old is this ultrasound?
It's older than you, Charlie. Let's just put it that way.
Jeez.
But I'm used to it. It gives me the best picture, and I love it. The Greckels have a stud named Finn on the farm, and they keep great records of when Finn was exposed to the mares. June was exposed to Finn about 23 days ago, so if she's pregnant, I'll be able to confirm it with the ultrasound. We have to see if that stallion's any good.
Yep.
This is her uterus, and I just keep scanning back and forth. I'm looking, I'm looking, I'm looking. A 23-day pregnancy should be very easy for me to see because I can see one at about 14 days. So unfortunately, she's not pregnant yet. She's doing a great job nursing this baby, but it's dragged her down a little bit. I would probably give her one more try this year.
Okay.
Definitely.
Who's way over there on the right?
Katie.
Katie?
And she'll
Okay.
be the one that's furthest along. We're still optimistic. Hopefully, Katie, she was the first horse that we bred this year, so we're hopeful that we have a good image on the ultrasound, get a live baby. So with Katie here, she's probably about that 50 to 52 days.
At this point, we should be able to see a heartbeat on the little baby.
Okay.
And once you get a heartbeat, your chances of them carrying the foal all the way through is very, very high. It's in the 90-some percentile.
Okay.
She's a beautiful horse.
She is.
This one, she wants you to go in there and cuddle with her, and then she'll go to sleep. And she's just a big dog.
Your tail's even heavy.
Yeah.
My arms are getting worked
She has a lot of hair.
Let's see what we got here. Oh
my gosh.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, right there. Right there's the fetus. I'm looking for that heartbeat. I just saw it flutter. Right there. See it, guys?
Yep. I do.
Isn't that cool?
That's amazing.
We can recheck her in a few months just to make sure it's still there, but I think we're up in the 90th percentile of her keeping this full.
Super excited. I am just very happy that Katie got confirmed bred.
All right,
So
congrats,
excited.
you guys.
You bet.
That's awesome.
Great.
Hey, darling. How's it going with Maggie?
Well, she's been vomiting. She doesn't eat.
Pretty lethargic.
Yeah.
Well, I'll take her back. Dr. Aaron will give her a
Okay.
good checkup.
Come on, sweet girl. You just never know what's going on. I hope the doctors will get her taken care of, and she'll be around for a long time.
Maggie's normally a really happy, kind of whole body wags sort of dog. Today, Maggie is extremely lethargic. She is vomiting. She's unable to keep water down. She's painful in her belly. She just wants to lay on the floor and not move. Definitely want to get some blood work and x-rays on her. This is very abnormal. Okay, I got blood tubes filled. Do you want to head down to x-ray and I'll just get these going? Okay. Well, shoot. Something's going on inside there. I'm pretty concerned with Maggie's blood work because she has a really elevated white blood cell count. We've got a little bit of anemia going on. She's dehydrated. Maggie is an intact dog, which means she has never been spayed. With as sick as she is, pyometra or a uterine infection is always on the list in an intact female dog. Something is making her very sick. X-ray will definitely help give us more answers. So we've got a nice empty tummy. Here's her spleen, there's the edge of her liver, and then look at that. That is a big infected uterus. Ben is just coming back in from a large animal call where he had his ultrasound, so I'm gonna have him just run down here. We're gonna take a look at her uterus. Really, the ultrasound for me is just to confirm that we are seeing pyometra or infected uterus. It fills up with pus and infection, and if you don't get it out of there, it can rupture, and then all of that pus is in the belly.
We have to do the surgery now.
Val, you want to figure out pre-meds and we'll get those in, get her started on some antibiotics, and we'll get an IV catheter going, get her ready for surgery. We are doing the same procedure that we do when we spay a healthy dog, except the risks are so much higher. We have a huge pus-filled organ. The tissue is very friable, which means it's like tissue paper more than it's like healthy muscle. Just hang tight. You have to be very slow, steady, and very, very careful. All right, be very brave, my love. Little poke, little tiny poke. You look at it wrong and it wants to rupture. And then we have a belly full of pus, which unfortunately is most often fatal.
Maggie is just like a member of the family. She's my best friend. Yeah, I'm worried about her.
Okay, cutting. In the surgery, we are removing her ovaries and her uterus. So we actually have to elevate, get her ovaries up where we can see them, out of her body, and then we put multiple sutures or ligatures where we tie off all the blood vessels and the structures. A closed pyometra is what Maggie has, where her cervix is closed, and so nothing can drain. This pus doesn't have anywhere to go. Once it has nowhere to go, it just blows up like you're blowing up a balloon. She is well-loved and well-fed. She's got a lovely layer of fat. I love this dog. I want her to make it through. So now it's just time to get down to business and get it done. There it is. It's our big, ugly structure. Yeesh. This is like 10 times bigger than it ought to be. So this is just all full of pus. We have to handle this uterus and all of these reproductive structures so gently This is a loaded bomb waiting to go off down here. Oh, her blood pressure is a little better?
Yes.
Tying. All right, here, we're getting her right ovary up. Heart rate going up, or she's staying okay?
She's okay.
Usually pretty painful. Okay, that ovary is clamped. Tying up all those vessels, the ovaries. All right, Maggie, you're doing good, little girl. That ovary's ligated. Very, very careful. We don't want that to explode. We're close to getting this off. Now that I have all the blood vessels ligated or tied off, I can safely remove the ovaries and uterus. Very, very carefully. Very careful. There's a huge blood vessel right there, uterine artery. Don't want to tear that. We've gotten through the tough part. Nothing has ruptured, and now I can finally get this huge infected uterus out of Maggie. I'm gonna tuck all her fat back in there. Everything looks good that way. So all the yucky is out. If we didn't get this taken care of today, Maggie might not have lived to see tomorrow. Get her stitched up here. Done with our body wall closure. It looks thinner. She did great. This was a nick of time procedure, and thankfully, everything went perfect. Who's a good baby? Time to wake you up. Maggie's prognosis is really good. Now we've got to clean the rest of her up, get her feeling better, get her eating again, and then Darlene will get her home and be able to get her back in her comfortable surroundings. Honestly, I think within the next 24 to 48 hours, she's going to be a whole new doggy. Good job, everybody.
I'm sorry, buddy.
How's he looking? He's feeling better, isn't he?
Yeah.
When the eagle first came in, we were very worried about one of his wings, but the x-rays were negative. I didn't see any fractures. I really don't think there was anything other than a little bit of soft tissue damage. Now that we've had some rest, recovery, fluids, and everything looks to be very good here with this eagle.
Look at, he ate everything, though. There was a whole bunch of food there. He snarfed down some fish, he ate some chicken.
Everybody always feels better after a little bit of Erin's home cooking, let me tell you. Come on, baby. Easy now.
Easy, easy, easy.
He's feeling better, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's bursting at the seams of this cage, ready to go. And that's good. That's what we wanted. Let's get this guy released. I'm sure Jeff has a great spot picked out for him. He monitors this area like a hawk.
Fingers crossed that he just goes.
Hi, Ben. How's our patient?
Doing better.
Doing better.
Yes.
Good. He was just a mile from here, so he should be familiar with this area. We've got good habitat. This is where we're going to leave him.
I'll say, look at that. That's about as picture-perfect Nebraska as it gets.
It is.
All right, let's get him out. You want to do the honors, Jeff? You ready?
There we go.
Good job. A lot of life there, Jeff.
He's very strong right now.
Yes, he is. So let's fly.
Okay,
3, 2,
2, 1.
Yes!
He went!
Yeah.
Woo!
Look at those wings. Oh my gosh.
That's so big. That totally gave me goosebumps, like eagle bumps.
When you're just 2 or 3 feet from an eagle, when it starts spreading its wings, and it's like a 6 to 8 foot wingspan, there is nothing more grand than that.
This is just raw nature, and it was amazing.
This is all I could think of.
Oh, honey.
Right here. In the future, you're gonna monitor this area a little
Yep.
bit for him, make sure that you don't see him, you know, in distress somewhere.
That's correct. He's got good roost trees. I'm pretty sure he's on his way.
Well, that's wonderful.
All right, thank
Thank
you.
you.
That was great.
Yes,
Great
it
teamwork.
was.
Woo! That's a great feeling.
It is.
Way to end the day. We got a call on our way to work this morning from the Taneys. They have a really sick baby donkey.
She's in trouble.
Come on, Darlene. They've already left for work, and they said, can you swing by, pick her up, and just see what's going on?
How old is she?
3 weeks old. They said she's been clicking right along, following Mom, and then yesterday they noticed she was a little bit dumpy, and this morning she couldn't get up.
It does not take baby animals very long to really fall apart, and that's what we've got going on with Darlene. She's extremely weak. She needs an intervention. She a little shaky? Yeah. She's got some diarrhea.
She's pretty tacky.
Tacky is a term that means she's like sticky. It means she's dehydrated. She needs some fluids.
How hot is she?
97.7.
Oh, she's the other way.
She has a subnormal temperature. On a young animal that's stressed and isn't feeling well, she should have an elevated temperature. So the fact that she's actually cold really indicates that we're headed into shock and things are starting to shut down. She's got definitely a little bit of lung noise. Yeah.
Maybe a little pneumonia.
My gut says Darlene hasn't been nursing the greatest. She got down, she has pneumonia, which makes her not want to nurse more, so it's a really bad snowball. This is life or death for Darlene.
Look at that backbone. You skinny mini.
First step here is to take some blood on Darlene just to really check things out.
She didn't even struggle at all.
And then we're gonna get an IV going. There's nothing to her, is there? Get Darlene started on some dextrose fluids so that we can get her some sugar, get her kind of jump started.
And I'll see how the blood work's coming.
Okay.
So she's got a high white count, so she is trying to fight off an infection. We're gonna start with some antibiotics and an anti-inflammatory. I know that the little baby's starving to death, and that creates a lot of problems here that we're dealing with. Anti-inflammatories.
Hey, I got that.
There you go, that's the
Okay.
antibiotic. Oh, there we go.
I know.
Easy now, easy. You know, she's still a donkey. Stubborn.
What we need now is a place to keep Darlene safe while the fluids put some life back into her.
Well, this is perfect, hon.
Okay.
Containment. Donkey in a tub.
One donkey playpen. Perfect.
If she can jump out of that, she can go home.
Yeah. There.
Home away from home.
Now we need to really focus on getting her some energy, getting her rehydrated, getting these infections under control, and then lots and lots of supportive care. We're just in the business of making ears perky and tails wag, right? What are you up to?
Putting in some charges.
Yeah.
Looks like you're busy doing something.
Well, I'm making a first aid kit for some horsies because we have a new client. I got a call yesterday from the STARS program down in Sioux City. STARS stands for the Special Troopers Adaptive Riding School, and they help persons with disabilities of all ages develop confidence, help with their balance. Their veterinarian that they've had forever actually just moved, and they asked if we'd be interested in coming down and being their vet.
And I hope you said yes.
Yeah, well, clearly I said yes.
All right.
So they have a new horse coming in. They take horses that are donated to the program. They do a 90-day trial with them, but first they want to have her checked out to make sure health-wise she would make the cut. What do you think?
You had me at new horse client.
I know. It's an easy sale for you. Oh, eye drops. We're scheduled to go down there this week, and I totally thought we should bring Charlie,
Our future teacher?
our future teacher. This fall, Charlie, our oldest son, is going to school to become a teacher. And we felt with his natural love and ability with horses, why not have him come down, check out the STARS program, and really see this whole other option for being a teacher and learning and using his love of animals.
Hey, Dr. Aaron. Oh, Maggie's in room 1.
Oh, awesome. Today we have Maggie and her mom, Darlene, back to recheck Maggie's incision from her big pyometra spay.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Maggie. Hi, pretty
Well, she looks better. She's wagging her tail, she's trotting around the room. This is back to the Maggie that we know.
Oh, there you go. Bottoms up.
Yes, it bottoms up. Oh, are you so itchy? Yeah, is your hair growing back? Her incision line looks great. All of her stitches actually were buried, so there's no stitches to take out today. Right where I want it to be. You saved her by bringing her in when you did.
I can't imagine what it'd be like without my dog in the house. I feel relieved that she's gonna be okay and be around for quite a few years.
Larry called and said he's got a cow with a hind foot that's not right. I was there a couple weeks ago. We trimmed away the dead part of the hoof. This cow stepped on something down in the creek and really hurt something deep and internal. Most likely that's what happened. Larry and I were talking on the phone, and he really thinks that she's suffering at this point. She's not wanting to eat anymore, and she's really lost a lot of weight.
Just a bugger.
And there she is. Hey, Larry.
Hey, Ben.
Oh, bossy. Pulling up and seeing this cow, she's way worse than what I saw last time.
You're just in pain all the time. It's a struggle.
She looks rough, and she's got a baby to take care of.
In order to do that, they have to be able to move around and do all the things that a cow can do. And right now, she can't. We're gonna lay her down and investigate it.
Okay.
Larry definitely has a good right to be very concerned about her. And this is not just a sedative, Larry. This is a very powerful pain reducer. Okay, that should do the trick. It's okay, girl.
We're gonna fix your foots.
Go to sleep, girl. It's okay. There we go.
I'm just covering up her eyes here. It's very stimulating, and she's just trying to fight the sedation, so we just really want to kind of decrease the sensory overload to her.
As soon as you sedate a cow, they are not very good about breathing, especially when they're down. So we've got to work fast and efficiently. Time is of the essence right now. Okay, Larry, go up, and I'm gonna have this hoof stand underneath it. Perfect. Oh my God. Larry?
Yeah?
Look at this hole. It sure is starting to look necrotic right above the hoof wall. I was hoping with antibiotics and a little bit of time it would recover, but it sure hasn't. Now that we've got this cow down and I can really examine the bottom of this claw, there is no way it's gonna heal on its own, and an amputation is our only way she's gonna recover from this. If we get rid of this claw, I've seen numerous animals in her condition get better almost instantly.
Yeah.
The nerve block is long-lasting. That'll last a couple hours.
And that should take care of the majority of the pain involved with this procedure. I'm gonna tie her front legs so she doesn't get us. We're gonna make sure that all the legs are at least anchored somewhere so that if she does come out of anesthesia, we're all safe. Let's keep moving quick. We only have so many minutes on this anesthesia. Razor wire, giggly wire, whatever you want to call it, it's sharp. And as you use it, it cuts right through bone. Larry, this is hopefully gonna save her life.
Here's hoping.
I need you to put your weight into her right here.
Okay.
So that she doesn't try to get up. The time has come.
Yep.
Okay, I'm getting through.
Mama cow's doing okay. You got it, honey. Home stretch. You need to switch? You all right?
Need some fresh arms.
Okay.
Go ahead. There, you're getting through bone. I can see it. There it is. What's it look like, honey? Is it full of pus?
Yeah.
Some blood stop powder. If you see here, there's nothing to sew together. The skin just has to kind of form around it here.
Right.
We're gonna use something from the old school cookbook here to wrap this. Some diapers, some brown gauze, and a little bit of duct tape. Guess where I learned that, Larry?
From your dad.
From my dad.
Old school ain't all bad, huh?
Remember how to use those things, honey?
Barely. Haven't put on a diaper in a while. A diaper sucks all the moisture away, it keeps the area clean, and it's going to fall off on its own.
She's starting to wake up.
Okay, tourniquet's off.
Let's get her up. There you go. Come on, girl. There she goes.
Oh, yeah. Come on.
Larry, she's up and she's putting all her weight on that single claw.
Good.
This looks a lot better than it did before.
Guess who wants to come have a snack? Your baby.
Thank you very much for coming down.
It's the least we could do. I wanted to see her get back on her feet, literally.
You're such a good boy. Perfect kissable spot. Right there.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How's my favorite Clydesdales doing?
They're doing good.
Good. When we went out to Kate's farm and preg-checked her mares, Katie was pregnant, and unfortunately June wasn't pregnant. I know Kate was very bummed and disappointed from that, as we all were.
Katie, she's already bred, but want to make sure everything's okay. June over here, we got the baby weaned, so baby's at home still. Started on Grain Good, and that's to help mom out.
So now that the baby's off, she can start putting on her weight again and get ready to have another baby, right?
Yep, that's our hope.
That's what we're hoping for.
We did some work at home, and we're hoping that the stallion covered her, and we have a pregnancy.
All right, let's start with Katie.
You ready?
Good girl. I want to make sure on this check that the placenta looks good, that the fluid around the baby is still perfect and able to support this pregnancy. Those are bones. See the white part? Oh, it just kicked.
Yep. Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
I really want to check that placenta out, and it looks very good. Umbilical cord looks happy. She's a little over 3 months, so in about 7 months, she's gonna have a baby. But why don't you bring June right in?
Sounds good.
Even though we know that June can have a baby, it's sometimes tough for these mares to get bred right back. We're gonna be lucky if this mare gets bred this year. All right, sweetheart, let's see what you got.
Better be a baby in there.
Okay, there is a pregnancy.
Oh, good.
Yes. Oh yeah, there's the heartbeat. See it? See it flickering?
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
It appears that she's over 30 days at this point.
I am just ecstatic. That's excitement for me, happiness for me that we have a baby grown.
June, you did it. She's looking at me out of that side eye and she says, yeah, I know. Of course I did it. Pregnant mare just needs to be in her happy zone. Keep her in that place and you're gonna have just a good time.
Sounds good. Thank
Yeah.
you so much, Ben.
Yeah.
Glad you got one.
High fives all around.
Yeah.
This is good.
I am just very happy that all the hard work paid off.
Hi, Darlene.
She's eating.
Good girl.
We've got Darlene looking a whole lot better. We had to tube feed her for a few days, but now she's nursing from the bottle. She's stopped having diarrhea, she's breathing better. She's just kind of becoming a spitfire. Where are you going? Darlene, Ben!
Here she goes.
Come here, Darlene. Darlene, honey.
Look at that.
Dun, dun, dun. Her poops are normal. She's eating, drinking.
She feels hydrated again. Let's get her home.
See you in
She
the
knows where
car,
the truck is.
Darlene. Okay. It's really important right now to try and transition Darlene back to her mom.
Are you so excited to go back to your mama?
Here we go. You know you're in Taney territory when you start seeing goats on the side of the road. Hi, guys. We got a donkey delivery here for you.
Darlene the donkey, she's doing so much better, guys.
Oh, yeah. She looks a lot better.
I hope her mom takes her back. Fingers
Hopefully.
crossed. It's been a
Yep.
few days, so. You been looking for her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody does worry about that when you take the baby away for a few days, if everything's gonna be okay when you put them back together.
Hey, look who we have for you. Is that your mom? All right. This is really important. We've got to get nutrition in her.
Mama's interested, that's for sure.
Who's that?
She latched on?
Looks like she's nursing.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh,
All right. Congrats, you guys.
Miles,
That's
we have
good.
a winner. The milk bar's open.
Mom's happy too.
Yeah.
It's good to have them back together.
Mama didn't forget about her baby.
She's a great mama. She's like, thanks for fixing my kid. Now I want her back. I think Mom can take it from here.
I think so too. It's nice to have Darlene back because we were worried for a while that she wasn't going to make it, but she's shown a lot better energy and just being a baby donkey. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for being great miniature donkey owners. Appreciate it. Bye, Darlene.
Bye, Darlene.
Larry, is that the same cow?
Yeah, sure is, Ben.
We're back at Larry Kessler's to do a recheck on the cow that we amputated the claw, and I hope she's doing better.
Larry said she's hanging in there. Things are looking good, but we need to recheck and see for ourselves.
Let's see how she's doing. She's putting all her weight on that right hind. That's the good thing.
That looks so good.
She's really adjusted well to having one claw. This looks like a success. Look at that. She taking care of that calf?
Oh, definitely.
He hasn't missed a beat, has he?
They're a pair.
If Mama ain't feeling good, she's not taking care of that baby. So this is not only the mama cow that we've actually really saved her life, this is also saving and taking care of this baby. I think that's kind of cool. It was sort of a 2-for-1 package, indirectly.
We had to do such a drastic surgery, but it was well worth it.
I'm real pleased with the outcome. Cow was going down. If we didn't do something, I was going to lose it. Cow's doing well, and the calf's getting plenty of milk now, and everything seems to turn out great.
I'm happy as a clam. This is great. There's minimal scarring, and she feels better, and that's the main goal here.
Would you say her heel has healed?
I can't believe you just said that. Me and Caitlin and Laurel are gonna go take an x-ray quick. Okay. And then we'll know what we got. Okay. Erica brought her dog Belle in. Laurel, we need you. Bella's exhibiting some signs of bloating. Her tummy's a little bit sore. She's intact. She still has her lady parts. And when I see that, I instantly think about pyometra. It's okay, girl. You still look pretty pink. That's good. We've got to find out exactly what's going on in Belle's belly and do it right away. Let's take a temperature here first.
Belle and all of our pets are very important to my whole entire family. We've had them for a long time, and we treat them just like we treat one of our kids.
She looks a little bit lethargic and solemn for her.
She's usually kind of off the walls.
She's not a happy dog right now, is she? After seeing what's already happened with Maggie, we have to be extra careful that this isn't another pyometra case. Maggie's owners were aware that something might be going on. We were able to get her pyometra diagnosed and that uterus out of her body before it killed her. This is why we encourage all dogs that aren't gonna have puppies to be spayed.
Her temperature's normal. It's 101.1.
Good. Let's go ahead and take an x-ray and make sure she doesn't have a big swollen uterus. Good girl. We're concentrating on this area, right where her uterus would be.
Ready?
Let's see what we got here. Look at this mass effect. All of her intestines are being pushed cranial or forward. See that? Is that a big loop of her uterus, you know, pushing everything ahead, full of pus? That's my worry. I'm gonna go get my ultrasound and we're gonna put it right on her side and see if there's basically that organ sitting there full of pus. If that's the case, she's going to surgery. There is one thing I do remember from vet school. Never let the sun set on a pyometra. Just hours can mean a recovery to death. So we've really got to get this diagnosed. I'm trying to distinguish intestine from her uterus. What is this right here? She's got an enormous urinary bladder. Maybe that's what's pushing everything forward. The ultrasound is really showing me that the uterus is normal size, but her bladder may be the problem here. We'll see if we can get some of this urine out of our way. We need to do a cystocentesis, and that's a pretty easy way for us to get urine directly out of the bladder. We use a needle and a syringe. There, we're in. Okay, got it. The bladder's a lot smaller. Now I can truly see all around it, and I do not see a big horn of the uterus full of pus or anything, so that's good. Now that we know for sure the bladder is the problem here, we're gonna do another x-ray and just look for any stones or something else that might be obstructing this bladder. One more x-ray.
All right.
One more x-ray, girl. And I see no stones. I think she was just laying down and she scared the heck out of her mom. This breed of dog, a Labrador Retriever, is very prone to heat exhaustion and heat stress. Luckily, this is a false alarm and Belle has a clean bill of health. It's an unseasonably hot day here. I really think that Belle had a little bit of heat stress. Belle was underneath the deck. She didn't want to get up to pee, and Erica ran her right in. Here she comes. Crisis averted for today. Guess what it was? Her bladder. She had a bladder almost the size of a grapefruit, so she hasn't peed for a long time. She has to go potty, and she doesn't have a uterine infection.
When Belle came through the door, you could really tell that she was excited. I'm very happy that things weren't a lot worse.
Owners like Erica always want the best for their animal. Sometimes just the slightest change in behavior makes the owners very worried. Heck, she scared me too.
I'm gonna take Belle home and let her lay on the porch like she always does. Thanks, Ben.
You
Appreciate
bet.
that.
You guys ready to get to STARS?
Oh, yeah.
STARS is an acronym for Special Troopers Adaptive Riding School, which is a program that works with individuals from 2 years of age on up that have different types of disabilities. All right, here we are, guys. Hi.
Hello.
This must be Jessie.
Yep.
We need to take a look at their new horse, Jessie. Do a good exam and make sure she fits in with the program.
What are the biggest qualities that you're looking for in horses for your program?
Temperament-wise, we need them to be nice, quiet, calm horses. Sitting on a more spooky horse would be hard for them, so they need to have that temperament of quiet, calm, and be patient.
And then, of course, healthy.
Right.
If we don't have a great horse for a great kid, this isn't gonna work. I wanna look at her eyes and see if there's any cloudiness there. Both eyes look really, really good. I also wanna make sure that her mouth looks good, that she sees properly. She's got a nice normal temperature of 99.2.
Heart rate's right about 44. That's nice and normal. Her respiratory system and her cardiovascular, checking the good box.
We need to see her trot. We need to really see if she's got any lameness issues.
All right. Come on, girl. There we go.
She looks really good moving around. I don't see anything neurologic that would cause her to stumble or fall. She's not lame at all, so I'm really happy with what I'm seeing so far.
Yeah.
One thing I've learned from working with horses basically all my life is the more relaxed they are when you touch their tail, and if they can just bend it up like that, the more relaxed about life they are. And
Yep.
she seems very relaxed.
I think she's gentle enough for these kids.
I do too.
2 thumbs up.
Mm-hmm.
We actually have a class tonight. We need somebody that can step in and walk with one. So if one of you wants to step in.
Oh, I'd love to.
Okay.
I'm so stoked to go do this class. I love horses and I love helping people that care about horses.
Are you teaching Charlie how to brush a horse?
Yeah, she's showing me how to do it the right way.
Yeah. Charlie went to a school with some amazing teachers and coaches, and that really inspired him to want to go be a teacher. This is going to be a great opportunity for him to maybe get to see what these types of programs can do for kids.
And what's your horse's name that you're gonna ride?
Doc.
Oh, Doc, okay. That's what people call me. It's so important to not just get on the horse and start riding. You have to do all the steps. Try it right here, see if it works. Yeah, yeah, it feels pretty good. Your horse is gonna love that.
You're no different than anybody else. You still have to do all these steps, then your reward is the ride. And to watch the faces of all these kids, it's remarkable.
Have a good ride, cowboy.
Beautiful. Hey, Charlie, you're gonna walk with her. Just go, go, go.
I'm following you, Abigail.
Have fun, Abigail. Don't need to tell her that twice.
No.
All right, Charlie, hopefully you can keep up.
Hopefully.
Horses look great.
Yeah.
Toes up, heels down. That helps you with your balance. 2, stretch straight up in the air.
Oh my goodness.
Look at this.
Good job,
No hands.
Max. Woo!
Anybody that's around a horse, as soon as they get the confidence to ride that animal, it's like something that you don't see every day.
Something opens up. Something changes.
I'll stretch those arms.
Wow.
Woo!
Good job, Abigail.
Good job. Horses do magical things for people.
We're almost there. Good girl.
I feel privileged to have been witness to this today.
It's amazing to be their veterinarian, and I take pride in that.
You're so good.
Mine's cuter.
Okay, back down. Good job. It's like, this is the best day ever.
I got the halter, speculum. What else do you need?
Definitely a light. Today, we're gonna go check out some miniature horses. Mount up.
Charlie.
He's gonna meet us there, right?
Yes,
Okay.
that's right.
After this summer, Charlie's going to college. And we're trying to get as much time with him as we can.
It's this mama's mission to get him on as many farm calls as we can. Hi.
Hello.
We're at Johnny's. I come out here every year and take care of her miniature horses. Coming, Char?
Yep.
Thanks for your help today, man.
You betcha.
Hi, guys.
Charlie's been going on farm calls with us for a long time, his whole life.
Itty bitty.
Hi, Charlie.
Hi, how's it going?
You've been here before, right?
Oh, yeah.
I was still in vet school, but we would go out on calls, and Charlie came along.
He's spent a lot of time with us, listening, learning, and I'm gonna miss that. So this is Bo, right?
Yes.
Bo, come here.
And that's Magnum.
Little Magnum. I love those bangs.
Miniature horses are actually a breed, and they are bred to be these little tiny animals. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. They're little ponies.
No, they're not ponies. Gosh, you call a
Yeah,
call
they're
a miniature
miniature
horse a pony to a miniature horse person
Look out.
coming after you.
Yeah.
You're gonna
You
get
just opened up a
social
can.
media. He is so cute.
And just think, he's 25 or 28.
He's 25.
You're legal to drive, to vote.
He's broke. He's gonna get out.
He's going out. Shut the gate. Oh, no.
Oh, it's too late.
Uh-oh.
Watch him.
Magnum. Charlie, can you help?
Yep. Oh.
Yeah, we need to chase him this way.
This is not how we saw this going. He's really sprightly for 25.
Yes.
Come on, Magnum.
Oh, goodness. Not today, little guy.
Whew. Charlie's getting a great education today.
Rule number 1.
Rule number 1, you shut the gate. Like, that's rule number 1 for every farm kid everywhere. They don't go to kindergarten without knowing how to tie their shoes and how to shut the farm gate.
Let's go ahead and start with you little escape artist. We come out here every year to give these horses their annual vaccinations and do some routine dental work. I'll go ahead and give him his sedation. The dentals don't hurt, but the horses always need some sedation to keep them calm. All right, let's check out your beautiful little smile. He's got a problem here developing. See how that's making a V right down the middle?
Yep.
And what's wrong here is his teeth need to go side to side to grind that hay. And because that V is happening right in the middle, he can't do it.
Huh.
So what I've got to do is work on these incisors and get them nice and flat so it's not just locked and we can actually go side to side.
Sideways.
I need to make darn sure that they're going to be able to chew that hay and get it digested properly. So it's a very, very important thing to do. Horses' teeth, unless you get very deep, they don't have any feelings. So that is perfectly safe to touch with your soft tissues. But once that hits the tooth, it's just going to eat it right down, and I can mold it and smooth it and do whatever I want. Great. Look at that. That's a big difference. You can really grind.
He says the better to eat the grasses with, my
That's
dear.
right. Well, before he was truly locked.
This is his vaccines, rabies, tetanus, and mosquito stuff.
All right, Bo, your turn. A lot less tartar on this one.
I love his little fuzzy ears. I think I need a mini horse to replace Charlie.
Guilt tripping right now.
I know. Just having Charlie out on these calls is...
comfortable.
It's like climbing in on the couch with your favorite blankie and a bowl of popcorn. It's just, it's a happy place. I'm gonna miss this. Come on, Sleepy Beans.
Let's fill that couch up with you and me again.
I'm having a mommy moment.
Get out of here, kid. See you later.
Bye. What are we gonna do without you, son?
Probably just live a regular life.
She doesn't care how you hold her,
I don't think so.
as long as you hold her.
You're people kitten. She's Zoink's non-evil twin.
Hi.
Hello, Devlin.
So we're ready for our checkup.
Okay, I'll have you go room 2.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
This way. Come on.
Dublin's a Ridgeback boxer. When you're having a bad day and he gives you that puppy dog look, he can change your mood real quick.
Dublin is 14 and a half.
Yeah.
Hi, old grandpa dog. What brings you in today?
His right eye, it was red and now it's cloudy.
Oh, I see that issue. He has a little growth under his eyelid, and that is scraping as he's blinking down that eye. It's like if you get an eyelash flipped around under your eyelid and you can't get it out. Darn it, buddy. And I know he has the obvious. He's been sprouting another Dublin for a while.
Yeah.
About 2.5 years ago, Dublin had a mass growing off his shoulder that we removed, sent in for histopath, and it came back as a fairly aggressive form of mast cell cancer. So when another mass regrew in the same location, we just decided to put him on comfort care or hospice. Let him live out his end-of-life years. Keeping him comfy was really the route the family wanted to go. And that bugger has gotten big.
Yeah. The mass wasn't causing him any pain, and his age being a risk factor with surgery and everything. As long as he was happy and still running around, we were okay just to leave it as is.
Although I know his giant lump is probably what everybody sees and says, oh my goodness, he's sprouting a volleyball down there. The biggest concern to me is the eye.
Okay.
Usually these are what we call chalazions, or kind of old age growths that kind of happen under the eye. That's gonna cause problems. It's painful because it's scratching that cornea.
Okay.
And what can happen is that we'll get chronic scarring, and then that leads to infections, and I don't think you guys want that for him.
No.
We can treat the cornea for the abrasion, but without removing the problem that's causing it, we're not gonna win on that particular location very well.
Okay.
So I know you guys have always said, we want him to have quality of life. We don't want him to be in pain. So I do think we should address that.
Yeah.
We've been doing everything we can to keep Dublin comfortable while living with cancer. But now that he's got this issue with his eye, I really think it's time to talk surgery. He's 14 and a half. You know, there's a risk with any surgery, and even putting him under a short time for his eye can be risky. But do you have any interest if we put him under anesthesia and removing this lump, or do you just want to let this be part of him? I mean, it's heavy.
If we got to put him under anyway for the eye, I mean, it only makes sense to try
to see what we can do.
Yeah.
Okay. The average life expectancy for a Rhodesian Ridgeback is between 10 and 12 years. I feel like it's always a win when you surpass that time period. But this kind of surgery really keeps me up at night because of his age. That just becomes a little riskier, a little trickier. Let's get you on the schedule ASAP.
Okay.
And he's gonna get the Super Senior Extreme Doggy Grandpa Makeover. Does that sound okay? It's time, buddy.
Let's go on a farm call. Farm calls are always such a good teaching opportunity. So besides having Laurel with me as my right hand, we've also brought Mallory along. She's here doing a high school internship. Got a call to Keith Sudbex. He's called in a panic because one of his show heifers is calving. If he can't get it, you know it must be tough. Bad things can happen to mama and baby. Oh, that's a head with a little bit of 1 foot. The head is upside down. You don't see this very often.
Hey, Remy had probably been in labor since late last night. This morning it came out, Remy was laying there with the calf, the head barely out, and so I knew I needed help.
The calf is upside down. It is not gonna come out the back. So we've got to do a cesarean. Right now, she's in a terrible position. Keith, I don't like how she's downhill like this. She's gonna have trouble breathing the whole surgery. Let's turn her around. Cows have to constantly burp. We call it eructation. And when they're in this dire strait, they can't burp or eructate anymore. Good girl, Remy, we're gonna help you out. So I've got to help her relieve that gas because it's compressing her lungs. This poor animal's having trouble breathing. That's really the most critical part about this whole situation. She's blowing up. I'm actually gonna use a trocar and poke this big needle right into her room and through the side, basically deflating the basketball. Okay, that's good. We got all the air out of there. Good. There's no chance this calf is alive. And if we don't get it out, Remy won't survive this. So we've really got to focus all of our attention on Remy and get her saved. I am going to give her an epidural so she quits straining. Okay, Laurel, one more rinse with the iodine and we're ready to go. Okay, I'm cutting. It's time to get this baby out of here. Large animal surgery is a race against time. They don't like to be on their side for very long. Their blood pressure goes to hell. Everything's tough on them. So we've got to make sure that we do this very quickly. Oh, he's big. I need all of everybody to pull. This is all hands on deck. This is as big of an emergency as we'll have. Okay.
I don't know if you got to push it in, Skylar, in the back.
Okay, yep, Skylar, I need you to push the head and that leg
back in
as hard as you can and push the baby up the hill. 1, 2, 3. Okay, push everybody. Come on, its butt is stuck. If we would do the wrong pull, we could tear this uterus all the way up to the cervix, and that's almost impossible for me to fix. 1, 2, 3. We're pushing, pulling, and doing everything we can, but we've got to do it right. This is the whole problem. Wedged in here.
In the hips?
Like a cork. Every time you pull, the leg just stops. Pull, guys.
It's coming there.
There it goes.
Unfortunately, the calf is just like we thought. It's dead. We've got to go on. We've got to save Remy now. And there's bacteria by the millions trying to jump into our incision, so we've got to make sure that we get her sewed up as soon as possible. It looks pretty good.
Good.
Let's go ahead and give her some sugar water to kind of get her energy level back up.
Okay.
And that'll start to rehydrate her. I've done the math on this bottle right here. It's about the same amount of sugar as about 7 soda pops. What I really want to see is just her sitting up. I don't need her walking around yet. She needs to rest and get her wits about her before she even tries that.
Come on, Remy.
Come on, Remy. There you go. Good. I'm confident there's no tears in her uterus. She's alive.
Yeah.
That's what we want at this point. I think you saved her life by doing this for her. So please come check on her here in a few hours and make sure she's doing all right.
Okay.
Okay?
Sounds good.
It's always sad to lose a calf, but at least Remy has a chance at survival now. We've got about 24 to 48 hours of a grace period to see if she's really gonna pull through. Thank you guys. I'm proud of you both for getting right in there and helping.
Yeah, never a bad day for a workout.
Come on, pony.
Those are some big ponies, honey.
Hi, Missy. Should we go check on the boys?
Yeah, lunch is over. Our family thrives on projects. And now we get one more project with our son, Charlie, before he goes off to college. The pasture barn needs a new roof, as you can see.
Yeah, it does.
We just are so excited for you to go start the next phase of your life that we just thought we'd stick our firstborn up on a real rickety roof. We love you.
Keep her coming.
Chase!
Chase is here.
Now we get to throw our youngest up on the roof, too. I think it's pretty tough to see kids go be independent. Say, not bad luck, you're walking under a ladder.
Go back underneath. You undid it.
Nobody fall off the roof.
Aye, aye, Captain.
It's always been hard for Erin to step aside. I mean, she wants to know where they're at.
I think that's called parenting. You be careful, you hold on tight, Charlie.
You are a very concerned parent. I give you that, honey.
I'm not helicopter-y. Let your mother help
No!
you. Chase, watch your leg. I don't want to cut your leg off. Oh gosh, Char, be careful.
Charlie's not going to become a veterinarian. He's going to go be the best elementary teacher in the whole world. I know it.
I'm totally fine with Charlie not being a veterinarian. I think he's going to be a great teacher. He will flourish in that profession.
One side complete, one to go. We're going to take these guys home. We'll see you when you get done, okay?
All right, see ya.
Thanks, guys. Hey, this is kind of what it might be like. We get to go do fun things now.
We're not empty nesters yet.
2 more years with Chase. Hey, Zach.
How's it going, Erin?
I see the blood down your car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You saw all this
Girl.
attention. I was at my neighbor's house and had left my trunk lid open on my car. My dog likes to be part goat and climb onto stuff. She got on the car and she slid down the back window and into the open trunk lid, and the trunk shut on her paw. And then she hung there, maybe 10, 15 minutes.
Oh man, that looks big.
Poor dog.
We couldn't hear her yelping or nothing because we're inside the house.
Did you get her the pain meds at
I did,
home?
yep.
Okay. We were at a basketball tournament with Chase when Zach gave us a call and told us that Belle had an accident. Being a vet in a small community in a rural practice, this is kind of the life you sign up for.
I was so happy that Ben and Erin picked up the phone because Belle really needs some help.
Here, can I just do this for you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Not pregnant, are you? Just
Nope.
kidding. Belle's foot, it looks awful. It's okay.
It's okay, Bill.
It's all right, Bill. I'm really worried we have multiple fractures.
Perfect. Yeah. Oh, yeah. dislocation is what we got. We've got 2 bones that are basically out of joint.
I just can't believe this isn't broken. These bones are kind of up, sticking out of the wrist here. What we need to do is get her under a little anesthesia and try to set it, and then we'll put her in a splint.
A dislocated joint is always a difficult journey. You never know how it's gonna fix. In Belle's case, I wanna do this as non-surgical as we can because that takes a long time to heal. That's best case scenario. If you feel right here, feel those bones are above the joint.
Oh yeah,
feel that?
Definitely.
So they're gonna have to get pulled down and then snuck back into place. Hold right here, Chase. Real tight. Erin, if I keep doing this and you just kind of roll those over, hopefully they'll go back in.
Everything's recoiled tight.
I'm just gonna keep stretching it though.
Okay.
Pull tight, Chase.
Okay, Belle.
For a second there, I thought, well, it's not that bad, but it isn't going back in either.
Dislocations are sometimes kind of tough.
Yeah.
This is very difficult. You have to pull and stretch and pull and stretch and be careful because if you break a bone in the process, then you're doing harm to the animal. I'm gonna try to put it back in right now, okay?
Okay.
All right. Okay, Bells.
Oh, there it went. Did you guys see that?
I heard it crash.
You heard it?
I heard
Okay,
it.
can you hold it? Can you hold
Yep.
it?
Oh yeah, that feels so much better. And look, she can move it now. Everything's moving normally. My biggest worry here is that the joint pops right back out. So we're gonna stabilize the heck out of this joint so that she can't move it for about 3 weeks, and then we'll see if we even won here. There you go, Belle. This was a tough one, but don't beat yourself up about it. She's a very athletic dog, so they always get themselves into more athletic problems.
They can. I'm very grateful that Doctors Ben and Erin were able to help her tonight. It was really stressful.
Okay.
Here you go. Here's her meds.
Thank you.
Start them tomorrow morning.
Bye, Belly.
Bye, Belle.
Oh, she's like, I don't like the sound of that shedding. Where do we put Chase?
We gotta find him. There she is. We're back out here at Keith Sudbeck's, and we're gonna recheck Remy. A few days ago, she was a C-section that I did, and I brought the big guns with me today.
Yeah.
I think it's time to get her out of this pasture. We've got to get her to a place where the ground is just more stable. Keith is pretty darn worried that she's gonna get herself into a place where she tips over on her side or even on her back. And if a cow does that, their rumen blows up with air and they're dead within hours. Hey, Remy. Oh, girl. Hey, that's a good sign. She can walk. See if we can lead her on even.
Come on, Remy.
Time to get her in some shade.
Yep.
I'll follow you guys out.
Yes. She's all cooled down. Let's bring her over to where she needs to lay down, okay?
She's got vitamins. She's got some steroids. She basically is in cow happy hour.
There we go. Watch her, Keith. Watch it. She's still pretty wobbly. You all right?
Yeah.
Her right leg is not working correctly yet. See that?
Yeah.
It's like it's almost asleep still. She's standing pretty solidly on her left, though.
Yeah, that's good.
That's just going to keep coming along, and all of a sudden, she'll be back to normal.
Oh, look it. She
Look it.
wants a baby.
She does want a baby.
Sometimes these really stressed mamas, if they see a baby, if they're kind of around them, it really just rediverts their attention.
It's scientific. We're going to increase her oxytocin levels. That's the hugging hormone, right? She needs some hugging.
I need calves then.
You don't need any calves. All right, we're out of here. I'm so glad she looks as good as she does.
I'm glad she's home.
You heard any good gossip lately, Maggie? I feel like if we were at a human salon, that's what you'd be telling me right now.
Dublin, our 14-year-old boxer Rhodesian Ridgeback mix, came in a few days ago. We did a pre-anesthetic workup. Good boy, Dublin. Good job. Everything checked out, so today is surgery day.
Oh boy.
My concerns for Dublin isn't the eye, really. It's more of, with his age and as big as that mass is on his arm, is something going to happen during the surgery that he won't come back to me. You know, he's a friend.
Hey, Dublin.
Hi, Dubs. Because of Dublin's advanced age, and this is a really big procedures. We have 2 going on. We want to put his anesthetic time at an absolute minimum. So Ben and I are going to tag team this. He's going to work on Dublin's eye.
Ouch.
Well, I'm scrubbing in for his shoulder.
That's big. We're gonna get you better, buddy.
Okay, IV catheter next.
All right.
Obviously, I hope this will be a straightforward surgery and Dublin will be mass-free in no time. But the longer an animal is under anesthesia, it's just more time for things to go wrong. Blood pressure changes, hiccups with heart rhythm, bleeding. We can have some issues with the tumor type itself. The biggest risk in this surgery is that Dublin doesn't wake up.
This little mass, oh, it's just hard. Goal here is to not just shred the tissues. I want to cut it out in one nice lump. There it is.
It's a big lump.
That should almost instantly cure this eye up.
Yeah. Are you okay if Al starts scrubbing?
Yes. One more stitch and then I'm ready for you.
Okay. I'm up. We're gonna get this out.
Part 1 is done.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna stay sterile and help you out, okay?
Yep. Cutting. That has a lot of vascularity to it.
Be very careful and easy, you know?
Uh-huh.
There's a big vessel.
Now that I'm in here, this tumor is definitely more vascular than I was expecting. There's more attachments. This is actually going to be a lot more difficult than I thought.
Okay, there's another huge vessel.
How's he doing, Val?
Blood pressure's not the best reading.
Yeah, this is a nasty one. Holy smokes. Okay, there's a huge bleeder.
Clearly what we're dealing with here is cancer. We knew that before we started, but more vessels to deal with means even more time under anesthesia. This is kind of where it gets tricky. This is where we could see some blood pressure issues, bleeding. Obviously, this is huge.
There you go. I think you got it. It's peeling out now, thank God. Let me get this out of your way. Whew, great job.
Okay, I need some suture quick.
Okay, that's a pretty big cavity you got there.
Yeah. Now we have to get Dublin closed.
So Humpty Dublin back together here.
There was a very large incision. We have to get bleeding stopped. We have to watch his blood pressure. Time is still a huge concern. The hard part's kind of done, but not really. Belle, how's he doing?
Steady.
Stabilizing a little bit better? Yeah.
He's all right, he's all right. Keep whipping that stitch, honey.
I think we got bleeding stopped pretty darn well.
Wow. Impressive. That's a different dog.
He's a good boy, Dublin.
Dublin's been in recovery. He's looking great. So we're gonna bandage him up and get him ready to go home where he can finish recovering there. It's what, 2 hours since he's come out of surgery? This is pretty puffy. But you look pretty good, buddy. Oh yeah, but you get to have a corset here, Toots. Dublin will be back in about 2 weeks for a recheck. Better than a cone, buddy. And I'll remove all of his sutures at that time.
We get to go home soon.
I'm really happy to give Terry a call and let him know Dublin's ready to go be his boy again.
Dad's coming, I promise. He's coming.
Oh! I'm glad he's on my team.
We're out for blood on this cornhole tournament. This is supposed to be like a nice way to send Charlie off to school. Oh, Charlie, that was so close.
So close doesn't get you any points, though.
That does.
Woo!
That's karma.
We're a fairly competitive family, let me tell you.
Oh, it was like a millifraction of a second off.
What?
Good game. Better luck next time.
Char, I still love ya.
Let's light this grill. It's been 19 years. Charlie's 19 years old, and we've always just sat down and had supper together. He's gonna be missed around this table.
I feel sad and happy and excited and sad, and then more sad.
Gonna miss this.
Mom and Dad might think it's gonna be like, oh my gosh, he's gone. But it's like, don't worry, I'll be back.
They're just emotional over everything.
Exactly.
Well, Char, what are you most excited about?
Being on my own.
Yeah? When the tough gets going, hang in there.
It's how you respond to the hard stuff.
Yeah, I'm glad for all the things I had to go through. I think it made me a better mom, makes me a better vet every day. Because when it gets tough, it's like, oh, I got this.
Make sure you start washing your sheets at least once a month.
Okay.
I made it all the way to Christmas break, and Mom said, have you ever washed your sheets yet? And I said, what? Because she always did that for me.
That's gross.
I want you to know that. That's real life.
Well, thanks, Dad.
experience.
That's good to know. I think it's time to go play some more cornhole.
Hey, Ben,
Yeah,
that horse is here.
I'll be right out as soon as I'm done.
Alrighty. Well, we have a colicky horse coming in. I don't know much more than that. Colic is essentially a word to describe a bellyache in a horse. He looks full in his tummy. Pretty ouchy. There's lots and lots of intestines going back and forth, and it can result in a colic that is a little tiny bellyache to, we need to refer this horse for surgery.
We was roping yesterday, and he kind of acted like he wanted to lay down and roll. Just acts uncomfortable.
Okay. You can certainly tell this horse is very anxious. He's walking very guardedly. He just does not look good. His heart rate's about 60, so it's definitely elevated.
What's normal?
Normal is about 40 to 44. The higher they go is a greater indication of pain.
Something's
up.
Yeah.
If this horse has a torsion or a twisted stomach, we have to assess that really quickly because without surgery, those won't fix. Okay, catheter's in, we'll sew that in. We'll get him some pain meds, give him some sedative, and then we'll start getting the diagnostics done.
Whenever a horse is in this much pain, you want to get him help.
We take these horses to heart.
I just want to check and see if we feel any twists, turns, big air pockets. If my hand immediately rotated while reaching in to do a rectal palpation, that would indicate to me that we have a torsion of the intestine or a twisted stomach. It's not taking my hand and twisting it one way or another at all, so that's good. There's a lot of tube in there that can get all tangled up. And so next is the front half. Since there's a ton of teeth back there, we can't put the tube in the horse's mouth. So we go through the nose and it goes down into their stomach, and that'll give us some ideas what's going on. Hey, honey, this is Sky.
You got an ouchy belly?
Yeah.
Just watch so we don't whack you, Kevin.
Yep.
We're pumping warm water in. That's mixing with the stomach contents, and then we're getting it back out. If we put a half a bucket in and we get 2 buckets out, we know that we have a problem.
We don't want a ton more because that means there's a blockage down below. This is a good sign. We're getting approximately out what we just put in. The next step here is we need to make sure we monitor his gut sounds. There's some stasis over here.
Some what?
Stasis means it just isn't moving.
Okay.
You know, it's like your gut's just sitting there not working.
It is silence. His gut stopped.
A horse only has a few hours to get through this, or else things start dying, necrosis starts happening in the intestines or the colon, and we end up with a dead horse. Now, what we need to do is put some mineral oil in there, a little bit of water, and let a natural laxative work. We really can't be happy until we see him pee and we see him poop again.
If he has some feed that's impacted or kind of stuck and dry along that GI tract, this will be just another way to help lubricate that and move it forward. I'm gonna go check that blood work.
Yeah. Okay, we're getting there.
Well, I think I see one of our problems.
What do you got, hon?
He is extremely anemic.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so here's his red cells. His whole red cell line is low.
Holy cow.
If he's anemic, what does that mean?
He's losing blood somewhere.
Okay.
We are having some sort of blood loss. And in horses, they can develop ulcers extremely easily, and they start to bleed into the GI tract, and that's really where this horse is at.
How serious do you think it is?
This is kind of like a slow-moving train. You know, we got to just keep working on him. Aaron and I have to keep our poker face on, but deep down, we know that this is as serious as it gets.
Yeah. He's past the mild tummy ache, too. We've got some major issues.
What Aaron has done with our blood work is pretty much proven to us that there's an ulcer.
Mm-hmm.
He's very anemic, so he's just gonna have to build that blood up on his own. We have to kind of wait on him and fix him from the inside out.
See what his body does.
That's right. The treatment for ulcers is we put him on an antacid, and really we can get that where the acid isn't eating the inner lining of the stomach anymore. Now we've got to get it hydrated again and make him feel better. Hopefully we're gonna start seeing some urination, hopefully some defecation. Those would be great indicators that things are going the right way.
Yeah.
So if you guys have a little time to stay with us today,
we'll stick around.
We're worried about Sky. He's got a long ways to go, so the next 5, 6, 10 hours is going to be very critical.
He is a kisser.
He likes the French kiss.
Yes.
Can you give me an ear cleaning? I think you're gonna be spoiled someday here. Uh-huh.
Come on, let's go see Doc. Come on.
My old friend Dublin is back today. Our 14-year-old Rhodesian Ridgeback boxer cross.
Hi. How are you?
We're gonna be taking sutures out and doing an overall wellness check.
Oh my gosh, he looks great.
He's acting like a puppy that's 2 years old. Full of energy and wants everything, and he wants it now.
He's doing a reverse aging process.
He is. Removing that lump, it's a great improvement on him.
Are you living your best life?
Yeah.
Well, his eye looks wonderful. It looks like it's not painful, it's healing up. And these look amazing.
Yeah.
We did get the lab results back, and it was a totally different kind of cancer than what he first had in that same spot. And it was a soft tissue sarcoma, a grade 2. So it is likely to regrow in that spot.
Okay.
But I hope we gave him a nice long reset here.
Oh, yeah. We made the right decision going through the surgery. We've always talked to Dr. Aaron about quality of life, and I think we actually are maintaining that for him.
You're a good boy. We gotta take your stitches out. I know, this is kind of sometimes the worst part. I couldn't be happier with how Dublin looks.
Yeah, we're gonna take those out.
The fact that Terry and Dublin get to spend hopefully a whole bunch more quality time together it's pretty special.
There! Well done. You did good.
Yeah, he has, definitely.
You might be the dog that has the longest end-of-life care ever. Let's see if we can get this guy to about 19.
He's on track. Surgery was a huge success, and it's all been for the positive. We didn't expect him to be here this long, but he's not quitting.
Let's check the horsey.
It's been a little bit, so we were gonna check on Sky and see how he's doing.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Looks like he's feeling a little better,
Yeah,
huh?
he's feeling better.
I like that he's nibbling on your boot.
Yeah. I tell you what, Aaron, let's listen to his gut sounds again, see if they're improving.
We need to hear some gut sounds on Sky. He's had a ton of fluids, he's had pain medicine, he's had time. We've put oil down him. If we aren't hearing gut sounds now,
we might not win here.
We may not win.
You hear something?
I can hear gut sounds.
Yeah.
They're not great, but they're at least there, which is a huge improvement over where we started. I'm hearing some noises on the right. I'm definitely hearing some gurgly-goos on the left, which is the technical term.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah.
I think he's feeling a little better.
He is feeling better.
Honestly, some of that oil that we pumped in earlier might start doing its job here. Let's take him on a little walk and see if that helps.
Sounds good.
I always like to take him for a big walk around the clinic and just let nature take its course. I mean, I know it always does with me.
Gross.
The good sign is that he's not wanting to immediately drop and roll like a belly ache.
And he's moving a lot better, yeah.
He just farted.
Oh, good.
Oh,
good.
Yay! Never been so happy to hear fart bubbles.
Oh, here we go.
Come on, baby.
All right.
It's gonna kill some grass. Good boy. Sky went pee, which is great because it means we're finally perfusing and flushing those kidneys. He's purging his system. This is fantastic news. I think he looks good enough that he could head home, start on the medicine to heal his ulcers, and make sure he's getting enough water.
We're still waiting on that poop, but he'll do it.
I will send you a cell phone picture of his poop.
That would be great.
Did you know I snuck a cat into my dorm freshman year?
What?
I think one of my teammates at Syracuse actually found it. I was like, bring it in. That's what I do. My roommate at the time was kind of okay with it till it pooped in her closet.
Hey, I think she's about done with this. It's been 3 weeks since Belle's had 2 toes dislocated, and she's back today to have her splint removed and see how that leg's holding up. Oh yeah, well, you got a nice sore on the bottom. That'll heal up. Belle has developed what we call a splint sore or a cast sore. Those happen especially with dogs that are very, very active. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. It's okay. It didn't go very deep, it's very superficial, and the skin's gonna heal right up. So right here's where the dislocation was, Zach. Yep. And it does feel like it's still in place, which is great.
Okay.
But it's a little stiff, and that's just gonna keep getting better and better. The bones are in place, the joint looks great, but the big thing I wanna see today is that she's putting some weight on it. Just take her for a little walk down the hall and let's watch her. Belle's limping just a little bit, and that's expected for just a few days until she gets that muscle back and everything kind of feels more normal to her. But she's putting weight on it, and that's a great sign for healing. But Belle, please stay off the roof of those cars. I know it doesn't look pretty, but I am actually ecstatic as to what I see right now.
I'm hoping to never see the docs again for anything like this.
Just a little bandage to keep everything protected.
Annual exams and shots, no problem.
Oh, look at her putting weight on it now.
Good girl.
Thanks, Ben. Appreciate it.
See you later.
I'm gonna take Belle home and keep her close, because she's special.
What else do you need, honey?
I'm taking the cat.
Charlie, there's no cats allowed in a dorm room.
How about the cat I found at the yard sale?
Stay here. Skittles, you gotta watch over her.
Do you have toothbrush, toothpaste?
Let me make sure.
I knew this day was coming, but it's here.
Do you have flip-flops for the shower?
I'm not bringing flip-flops.
That's the place where you get foot fungus in a college dorm.
Our little bird's leaving the nest this morning. Charlie, do you have all your blankets and your pillows ready?
I'm grabbing them.
Chase, just help him. Okay, there you go.
This should have been done last night.
Charlie has a ton of great attributes.
Packing ain't one of them.
Packing and preparing has not been a real strong suit.
Coat hangers, you really think he's gonna start hanging up his clothes now, honey?
No, but we're gonna send them so we don't look like the parents that didn't send coat hangers.
There we go. Come on, Shady.
Franklin, Simone, you want me to snuggle in with your Charlie?
Well, I will be seeing you.
Yep.
Oh, Charlie, the dogs want to go with you.
Not this time, boys.
You know, Red Bob was a gift from my parents to me when I was in Syracuse. And then I took it to K-State, where I met your dad. So I got you a little present.
Oh my goodness.
You want to put it on, honey?
You betcha. There we go.
All right, Red Bob took care of me. Now Red Bob gets to take care of you. I'm gonna miss Charlie like crazy. He's my baby.
He's my worker. I'm gonna miss the heck out of it. There's a lot of chores around here.
Love you, kiddo. Love you too.
I love you so much.
Love you too, Mama.
Okay.
I'm
Bye,
proud
guys.
of you. I can't wait.
I'll be
to
back.
See all
I'll
the
see you
amazing
real
things.
soon, okay?
See you later, kiddo. He's gonna be just fine.
I just can't believe it went so fast.
It did.